All right, back into the action. Step two. We have 40 bowlers now on the lanes, two bowlers per lane, 20 lanes full of talent, filled with talent, I would say. We have a lot of amazing bowlers going on. I'm going to start telling you some names. Trevor Roberts, Eric Jones, Matthias Ankendal, Thomas Larsen, Sandro Brand, Dario Stein, Juho Rissanen, Noel Torgersen, Hakeem Toon, AJ Johnson, Kevin Mellin, Dominic Barrett, Anton Persson, Kyle Troop, Ryan Burns, Nora Johansson. Amazing the way she made it on the very end of the step one. Justin Knowles, Alec Keplinger, Raymond Tees, Marcus Jansson, Williams Benson, Robin Elamar, Andrew Hall, Andrew Anderson, Pontus Andersson, Arnar Jonsson, Nico Oksanen, Nate Purchase, Karon Salloma, Nathan R. Lajoie, Petter Hellström, James Blomgren, Francois Labar, Carl Wargren, Matthias Blanchett, sorry, Ethan Fury, Jesper Ackerbo, Chase Nadeau, Joachim Carlson, and Sean Rush. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. We are on the beginning of the journey on this step two. It's going to be 6 games. Everybody starts from scratch. Previous squad, top 15 advanced. It was Nora Johansson was 15th seated over there. Everyone who made it into the next step was bowling above 200 average. Things to mention if you didn't see the action. Arnar Jonsson was quite far away from the cat, but made a 300 game on game 4 to make it all the way to 42 over, and he managed to go into the next round. Now, if we have to do any predictions, I believe we should see again for sure a Bob par to make it into the next step and the next round. It's a lot of good bowlers over there, so I really don't dare telling you who's gonna go on, who's gonna get out. It's very difficult to predict. It's going to be a lot of things happening. It's going to be a little bit more of traffic than we saw on the previous squad. On step one, it was 3 bowlers on each pair. Now we are back to 4 bowlers on each pair. So the transition should be showing up a little bit sooner than it did on that first step on the finals. Also, now we are getting closer to the bigger money payments, so there should be a little bit more of pressure. People is looking to fill their pockets with a little bit more money, and that is also a factor sometimes. We will have to keep eyes on so many lanes. It's going to be really hard to stay focused, but I'm going to do my best. So, hello everybody. Have a good time. Welcome to the show. Feel free to talk. Feel free to give us your comments. Let us know what are your predictions. We will see. Bertram Linde, 10 minutes late. Trouble with stream. Stream is working fine. We just were oiling the lanes. It was not really sure it was going to happen, but we had time. It was quite a quick bowling on final step one. The lanes have been refreshed, fresh oil on the lanes. Then we have sealants probably, or they ran out of coffee. No, we still have a lot of coffee. There's a lot of Red Bull also that you can buy, some Coca-Cola. So caffeine is up to the roof. The bowling alley is now super packed. You have nowhere to sit if you are out there. Thanks to my charmy boys, I'm sitting on the streaming booth, so I do have a chair, and I'm very pleased about it because it's going to be a very long day. Final step 2 is now at 10:50. 10:50. Step 3 is supposed to be at 14:40 European Central Time. Step 4 will begin at 4:30, so 4:30 p.m. 16:30. Semifinals, it should be at 19:30 tonight, and the finals at 8:30. going to give you a short update on how it went on the step one. So if you want to keep an eye on the bowlers who did pretty good. James Blomgren, he shot 1150 in 5 games. Dominic Barrett was number 2 with 1121. Pontus Anderson was number 3 with 1115. AJ Johnson was number 4 with 1087. Alec Keplinger, United States as well, 1075. Robin Illamar, 1073. And Justin Knowles, he was the second lefty doing quite okay. He was 1065. Now let's see who's doing okay. We have some big names over there. Lanes 17 and 18. We can see Francois Lavoie already started with the front 3. Peter Hellstrom in lane 16. He also started with the front 3. On 19 and 20, Sean Reich. It's a spare and a double. Arnar Jonsson on 13 and 14. He also started with a double. 9 and 10, Raymond Tees, double and a spare. Marcus Johnson, he's also with a double, front 2. It's a lot of good bowlers out there at the moment. A lot of them, so it's not going to be easy to keep an eye on every single one. So 20 lanes, 5 cameras, 5 different channels you can choose from. It's going to be quite interesting to see what goes on. There you go, AJ Johnson strike on lane 5 for a spare and a double. Now I'm going to have my eyes on lane 7, Kyle Troop, 9 spare, 9 spare. Going into the lanes for frame number 3. And it's a good strike for Kyle. So 9 spare, 9 spare, and strike for Kyle. Also on 7 and 8 we find Nora Johansson. She started with 9 spare and strike. She did very good this morning. So we have to keep an eye on her. She's capable of doing a lot. Believe it or not, I see already a couple of 9 miss. 3 actually. I see 3 9 miss and we are on 3 frames only. Oh, and a ball in the corner. Oh, that's a lot of pins falling down for Matisse Blanchette on lane 17. The ball went into the corner. It missed a little bit out. It looked like he was going to get 3 pins, but then the pin started falling one on the another, and he left the 1 and the 5. That's not something you see very often. Now lane 13, Nico Oksanen, same thing. He missed outside. He took the 3 in the corner. Oh, and another 9 miss. This time it was for Andrew Hall. We actually have a small issue with lane talk stats. I'm gonna try to make sure we get that fixed. I'm not sure if you guys have the same vision I have. For some reason on lane 5 and 6, lane talk says on lane 5 and 6 it says Kevin Melin is bowling in there, but he has no scoring. Actually, Andrew Hall is bowling in there. He just missed the pin, and then I believe.
It's because they switched lanes. Something was wrong in the.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now we have the right score. Now I see Andrew Hall is on 5 and 6, so strike 9 miss, 8 spare 9 miss. That is more like it. Now I can see he's bowling there. And yes, Kevin Melin was in fact bowling on 11 and 12. Thank you, Jonathan.
Last minute changes.
Yes, that was pretty quick to get it fixed, so appreciate, buddy. Some splits going on, some single pins miss here and there. I believe it's the heart is pumping pretty fast on these first few frames. Even the best bowlers in the planet, they need a couple of frames to adjust and get their feet back on the ground. We can see Ethan Fury on lane 7 and 18. Ethan has a strike split for a 7-1 and then 6 spare strike, and now he just left the 2-pin. And the leader at the moment, it would be between Francois Lavoie, Peter Hellstrom, Andrew Andersson, and Nora Johansson with 9 spare and a triple. So she's on a scoring pace of potential 290. She's the only girl alive at the moment. So we're gonna give her our best vibrations to see if she can go for one more round. Kirkland Linde says people starting way left. I guess people will be taking 3 steps soon. Yeah, it's probably they will be in front of the ball return pretty soon. That's true. Anar Johnson looking pretty strong at the moment at 13 and 14. Double, 9 spare double, but the body language is very aggressive, so he's really going in for it. He's feeling confident. Sean Reich doing okay on 19 and 20. Spare and a 4-bagger. Also bowling on that pair, we have Jesper Agerbo. He was silver on the World Championships. I'm not sure what year it was. It was in Thailand. He lost his match against Walter Ray. It was when Walter Ray was the world champion. Now we see some people making some quite aggressive shots already from the beginning, pushing the ball pretty hard. Yeah, we know the lanes are quite reading quite early, but I'm not so sure you want to go that strong already from game 1. Maybe it's a little bit of tension as well. That could be causing some small issues, making them overdue. That was a beautiful shot now for Ethan Fury on lane 17. I'm gonna put my eyes on lane 19 with Sean Reich. Oh, he missed a little bit in. He noticed as soon as he released the ball, he noticed it was a little bit out of the spot. And it was a big split for him. It's the 3-6 stand with the 4 and the 7. Now it's not impossible to take. If he makes a good attempt for that, he could take that spare. Oh, I see on the score it's a 4, so the 9-pin must be also in there. Then it becomes a little bit tougher. Now you really need to produce enough angle to make the ball take the 9-pin, but stay far enough to the right so you could actually make the 3-pin go to take the 4 and the 7. Let's keep an eye on that lane 19, see if Sean can manage to spare that one. He gives it a try. It takes only the 4 on the right. Oh, look at that! The pin came back from the back of the lane and it cut the spare. Unbelievable. That was a lucky charm for him. Well, we're at the lucky Larsen, so what could we expect? There we go. Sorry, guys, if you heard a little bit of a noise. That just brought me uh, one of those things that you can keep your hands free and I don't have to keep grabbing on the microphone. Hopefully that's going to improve a little bit the sound, and it's going to make things sound a little bit more clear, a little bit less movement, a little bit less cable going zoom, zoom. And now my hands are free, so I can get even more excited and pumped up to move my fists around. Okay, just looking at all the lanes, pretty much on every pair you see 3 baggers, 4 baggers, quite a few doubles. It's a lot of strike happening. We're gonna have to see what's the scoring pace after game one. But so far it looks like it's quite many people who's gonna be above par. One of the biggest bowlers we have seen this week, Joachim Karlsson, into a little bit of issues on lane 19 and 20. He started with a strike, but then he got a split 8 and 1. After that, it was a 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, 6 1 and 6 spare. So that means Joachim needs to strike on the 8, 9, and 10th to go all the way up to 209. Game one in the morning, it felt like to make it into the next stage, you would need to bowl approximately at least 210 average. I don't think it's gonna be any difference now. It's gonna look a little bit higher on game one. Probably we see a little bit of slowing down on the scoring on game two, and even a little bit more of slowing down on games 3 and 4. But I could be wrong. After all, this is the top 40 bowlers on the event out of 376 that started bowling this week in variables and different squads. Remember, we had 27 squads, so that means bowlers had many chances to try to make it into the next stage and into the final. So we see. There's a lot of things happening around. I see some people doing strikes over here and over there. Karon Saloma, Karon Saloma, 8 spare double, 9 spare double. Petter Hellstrom, 4 bagger, Francois Loba, a triple and a double, and 3 9 spares. Carl Wargren, double 9 spare triple, and another 9 spare. We have Sean Raj on lane 20 that he saved that spare. I don't even know how he did, but he did. And we can see also Ethan Fury starting to warm up. Ethan started with a strike and a split of 7-1, then 6 spare, then a strike, then a 9 spare, and now he's got a triple, so he's looking pretty good. Kyle Trupp is a little bit below par. Andrew Hall is a little bit below par. Hakim Tum from Malaysia is pretty much on par. No doubles for Hakim yet. AJ Johnson also has got a couple of doubles, just one open frame. Arnar Jonsson on lanes 13 and 14 with a couple of doubles. He has a strike already. He's going to look for another one. Bowling with Arnar, we find Pontus Andersson with 3 open frames for Pontus. He's not really finding a way to score on this pair for Pontus. Just left the baby split, but Pontus is a good sparer, so he should be able to take that one. On lane 11 and 12, we find Andrew Anderson with 9 spare, 5 bagger, and 9 spare. So Andrew is doing pretty good. He's on the scoring pace of 239. If he strikes out, he's going to go all the way up to 269. And Pontus did not take the 310, so he's now getting a little bit in trouble. 113 on the 8th frame. He needs to strike out for 173. That's not going to put him very high in the ranks. But as I said before, it's 6 games, and Pontus is one of those guys who is really good when he needs to move deeper on the lane. So we could expect that Pontus is going to make it all the way back in a few frames. As soon as he finds a spot, he's going to do some striking. He's really good, so don't have any doubts on that. Andrew Anderson all of a sudden just missed to the corner. He sent the ball a little bit too far outside and he got the 3 pins outside. Andrew is bowling now on lane 11 and 12. Definitely some pressure going on. I see a few people giving up some sparing, not difficult spares, but they are missing them. So I believe pressure is there. Um, maybe game two is going to be a little bit better than game one this time due to that specific mental factor, or it shouldn't be going any much lower than what we are having now on some of the bowlers. They probably will calm their nerves and start making better shots. The young Swedish superstar Robin Ilomar just left the 4-9 on lane 12. Robin was 7 above par. Let's see if he can manage to take the spare. And now that was a very expensive frame for Andrew Anderson. He shot 3 and 3. That's not something you see very often on a PBA bowler. Okay, people on lanes 1 and 2. We find Trevor Roberts, we find Eric Jones, and there is also Matthias Ankedal and Thomas Larsen. Good shot for Eric Jones on lane 1. People is doing okay on 3 and 4. We find Juho Rissanen. He's currently with the full bagger. He just made it number 5. Strike from Kyle Trupp. Kyle is also a little bit in trouble with a couple of open frames, so he needs to strike out for a game of 201 max. Lanes 13 and 14, we find Arner. Rolling pretty steady. 3 doubles for him. Double 9 spur, double 7 spur, double 9 spur. 10 frame to go. If he makes another double, it could be a 235 game. '17 and 18 is also on a high scoring pace. Matisse Blanchette was the one going a little bit smoother, only with 1 double, but he's going to double also now in the 10th. So Matisse Blanchette's going to go all the way up to 218. Francois Lavoie just made another strike on the 10th. So he can probably go all the way up to 236 with 1 more strike. And bowling with them, we have Ethan Fury, who can score 236 if he strikes out. And Carl Walgreen, he could go all the way up to 247. 19 and 20, Joachim Karlsson doubling on the 10th to save a 179 game. Not the best start, but Joachim is a very explosive bowler. He can find the spot and start striking like a machine. So we will have to see what he manages to do after this game and this pair. Good game for Francois Lavoie, 234. That's a good way to start the day. Now let's go back to lanes 7 and 8. Anton Persson is not looking good. He's going for a 170 game. More or less the same is happening to Kyle. Kyle is now making a shot on lane 7. 9th frame for Kyle. And he gets a big split over there. That's looking not good for Kyle. That's a potential 160 something, even if he doubles on the 10th frame. 5 games to go, so I wouldn't give up so much of my attention. He should try to keep going on. And lane 8, we have Ryan Barnes and Nora Johansson. So the two young, talented, two-handed bowlers. Ryan's got a couple of doubles. He's going to get into the 10th frame. If Ryan strikes out, he's going to make a game of 239. And Nora is already with a four-bagger and a triple. So if she strikes out, she's going to go all the way up to 267. I believe if she strikes out and makes 267, she would be the current leader of this step 2. Anders McNahammer is asking, are there more or fewer starters than last year's competition? It was more people coming this year, and I believe it's going to be even more people coming next year. And then we have David Fenech, Andrew Hall. Okay, yes, all good now. Andrew Anderson, do well as well. Yeah, Andrew at that 8 frame was quite expensive for him with 3 and 3, but he's still on a good scoring pace. He was doing a lot of striking, so we could expect him to double also on the 10 and go for 230 something. Ryan Barnes got a strike on lane 7. That's for a triple. He's already on a 229 pace. Let's see if he can get one more. There he goes, Ryan. That look amazing. Really good for Ryan, I must say. Very, very smooth release. A lot less gripping than he's used to do. And yes, he's going to shoot 239. Amazing job for Ryan. And Juho Rissanen on lane 4 also on a very high scoring pace, 248. That's pretty good. And Noel Torgersen is now also on that 3 and 4 with a 4-bagger. Potential score of 239. But I'm going to put my eyes back on lanes 7 and 8. I'm going to see what Ryan does on his 12th frame, and especially I want to see what Nora manages to do on the 10th frame. She's doing really, really, really good at the moment. Okay, it was a change of ball for Ryan. He tried something else, probably trying to get some information for what he could do a little bit later on. 238 for Ryan Barnes. That's a very good start. Now let's put our attention back onto Nora. Before she's going to let Kyle go on lane 8. Kyle is on 139 after 9 frames. Needs a double to make a 160 something. Let's see what Kyle can do on lane 8. He didn't like it, but he got the strike. Okay, there goes Nora on lane 7. She looks unbelievable. So much smoother than we've seen during the week. It looks a lot better. And definitely it's striking a lot better. Okay, now it's time to say hello to one of my good buddies. He was spending some time with me on the streaming early in the week. We were both pretty far from being close to match what the cut into the final would be. Good morning, Mr. Robert Anderson. Welcome until, welcome back, buddy. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much. You have to excuse my voice, even though I haven't been talking so much here. I've been talking to a lot of people for
Out
a
there.
lot. I don't understand how you can have your voice still.
I don't know. It must be the Red Bull doing miracles on my throat. Maybe tomorrow I'll be running, boys. There goes Nora again. Let's see if that holds. Yes,
Yeah.
that holds. 260 for Nora. She's going to be the squad leader. She was amazing on that last few frames on the previous catch. She really had to work hard to make it all the way in. I tell you, I was jumping here like if I was watching and talking about soccer. It was super exciting. I had a lot of fun, and I'm really, really pleased to see how good she's starting on this second final step.
Yeah, we we had a pretty good block for the Swedish players last block. We had a few of them like James and Ilhammar who just went out and smashed it right away. Pontus did well. Now and Nora was struggling.
Mm?
And then in the last game she managed to get the cut like everyone else. And now actually everything reversed. Now all the other players are having a lot of problems
Kind
and
of
Nora,
issues, yeah.
So maybe the lanes are a little bit different.
I think so. I think so. It looks like it's a little bit more.
I think a little more skid,
Mm?
more three in the right corner, more.
We saw a very expensive frame for Andrew Anderson after a few strikes. On frame 8, he had 3 and 3.
Exactly the same as Nico Oksanen did a few frames
A
before
few
that.
frames, right. So, game 1 is over. We will have our scores updated pretty soon. And I'm gonna let you know people who had quite a rough start. We can see Nico Oksanen 141. We can see Dario Stein 165.
Pontus 150.
Kevin Mellin 166. Joachim Karlsson 179, even with a double on the 10th frame. Anton Persson and Kyle Trupp. What about Kyle? 157 as well. Anton is on 171. Matthias Ankerdal 176. William Svensson, another Team Sweden bowler, 171. Dominic Barrett 176. Nathan 172. So it's like nothing in between. It's either a 160, 170 or quite above par. Petter Hellström 241.
I was gonna say, and then we have a 50+ guy, Peter Hellström. Very, very strong Swedish player, and possibly the Swedish player with the most games per year competition. So he plays everything.
He bowls everything, yeah. Then we have our local bowler, Carl Wolverine, 236. That's a good start for Carl as well. Some PBA guys doing good. Francois Lavoie, 234. Sean Raj did okay. He recovered from a big split. 218 for Sean. Let me see who else is over there. 222 for Ethan Fury. 226 also for Marcus Jansson, son of Raymond.
Yeah.
That's a good game for him also. And the leader, Nora, 267. Impressive. The only girl alive, and she's going like, okay, you know what, boys? I'm gonna let you know. I'll let you know how it's done. We have a comment here. It says Johan Chevel, last for Nora was an 8, not a 7. So we will have to check on that, see if instead of 267 it was 268. I guess people out there, they are really paying attention on that. Amen, good luck, Toon Hakim, Ayman, Malaysia Bule, David Fennec, we said hello to you already. We have My Duke, Go Nora, Steve G. Hi Luis, how many games do they play in step 2? It's going to be 6 games on this step 2. They all started from scratch, so do as much as you can. Now, let's see how is the score at the moment. Leading off the score, Nora Johansson, 264. Number 2, Juho Rissanen, Finland, 248. Number 3, Sweden, Petter Hellström, 241. Number 4, Ryan Burns, United States, 238. Number 5, Carl Wargren, 236. Francois Lavoie, 234. Arnar Jonsson, 232. Nate Purchase, 231. Marcus Jansson, 226. Ethan Fury, 222. Thomas Larsen, 221. Sean Rush, 218. Andrew Anderson, 218. Mathias Blanchett, 218. Noel Haglund Torgersen, 218. Andrew Hall, 215. That's top 16 who's going to go on into the next step. Very close to that top 16. We have Alec Keplinger with 211. Karon Salnoma from Finland, 208. Robin Ilomar, 203. Robin, if he finds the spot, is very dangerous. He can strike like crazy. Then we find Justin Knowles, 203. Jesper Agerbo, 202. AJ Johnson, 201. And already out of the par, Trevor Roberts with 197. Sander Brandt, 193. Hakeem Toon, 193. Eric Jones 189, Chase Nadeau 188, James Blomgren, another guy when he finds it he can destroy it, 185. Same for Joachim Carlson 179, and Dominic. Yeah, I mean every name I say, if
Mm.
they find it they're gonna destroy it. Dominic Barrett 176, Matthias Ankendahl 176, and if we go to all the way down, we see quite three big names as well. Nico Oxenen 141, but he proved yesterday how many pins he can score. Pontus Andersson, 150, another guy we don't need to introduce, a PBA regional winner. And then Kyle Trapp, 157, another guy we don't have to say much about him. So pretty interesting, 5 games to go. It's going to be interesting to see how they manage the transition. I see already Marcus Jansson, lane 14, is already in front of the ball return. So they're starting to move perhaps a little bit deeper than they did before, but not all of them. Everyone has a different spot. And I just saw another
Mm.
strike on Nora.
Yeah.
She's doing unbelievable now. She's in that zone, what we call the zone, right?
Yeah.
Let's hope she stays there for quite some time.
But I have to say it's very, very few players that found something consistent.
Mm,
Even in the qualification, a lot of players qualified on a good squad, but they also had a few bad ones. And now we can see some of the people that shot the highest in the qualifications are having the most problem now,
mm.
and the other way around.
Absolute true, absolute true. And amateurs bowling watching online, they may be wondering why could that be
Yeah,
happening, and I believe it's because of the traffic. Every single squad had a little bit kind of traffic, so you get yourself into different situations, and probably you found some squad that it was working pretty good for you. That was, for example, Kyle when he shot
yeah,
the super high score. When I made the interview, he said that, you know what, the traffic felt a little bit different this time. It felt like it was a little bit easier for me to even use the same ball for 6 games block. And as you very well said, there's some other people was doing very good and now is not finding the way to succeed. And all the way around, people that was struggling and needed so many squats to find a way into the final, now all of a sudden they are shining and shining. Nora is a good example of
mhm.
that. Nora just made it into the final through the girls' gateway. She was struggling a little bit on the previous step, and now she's shining like the sun.
And also we saw some really high scores last block.
Very high,
In
especially the first 3 games. We had three
yeah,
three guys with 150 over
and
after
that was
three.
very unusual.
That was not something we have been witnessing during the week. Um, let's see some of the action. Ethan Fury now bowling on lane 1 and 2. Started with the front 3.
Let's say maybe he is the one with most consistent look, scoring wise.
If you had to ask me, who do you think that was looking the best? I would have to say also Ethan Fury. He bowled consistently more than 100 over on the squats he bowled. And not only he did that, but he did it in different ways. So that proves how talented the guy is, how accurate the guy is, and how versatile he is.
Yeah. A three bagger for Marcus Jansson. He also has some good results from this bowling center from previous years.
I guess it runs on his genes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
Raymond was a super successful bowler. He did a lot of. He did win a lot of medals with Team Sweden.
yeah, 44.
44. And his wife must not be very
Mhm.
happy when he has to clean so many medals, take the dust away. People is doing okay. Justin Knowles, front 3. Jesper Agerbo, front 4.
Also
Uh,
old school bowler,
oh,
Agibu.
Agerbo, yeah. Jesper, I just thought maybe you remember the year. Jesper was a silver medal on, I'm not sure it was a World Cup or World
World
Championships
Championship
against
2010.
Thailand, was it?
Walter Ray, Bangkok.
Against Walter Ray, yes.
We bowled
Um,
on a fairly easy short pattern and a extremely difficult long pattern.
mm,
So in the end, Walter was lofting the right gutter on both lanes. He was playing them the same
lofting the right gutter.
on the long.
How about that? That is not something you see very often.
And Jesper has also won the single world championship in Qatar later in 2015.
One of the most successful bowlers in Denmark.
For sure.
Super consistent and a very, very long career.
He actually finished second also in Aalborg International Tournament just a few months ago.
So extremely long career, and he is there in the final. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So it proves that even old school can work and keep functioning for today's game.
It's one of the players too. I would say that if the scoring pace goes down a little bit, he's more dangerous
Yeah, he shines
because he will
all of a
just
sudden.
keep hitting the pocket and picking up all his pairs.
Okay, there is a couple of bowlers who are really, really getting into some issues. Nico Oksanen and Pontus Andersson, they were pretty low on the scoring. Pontus was with 150 and Nico was with 141. And it's 4 frames in their games and 3 open frames on those 4. So they really need to find some solution, some way to survive. It's still many frames to go, still many games to go. And Pontus especially, I know when he bowls a little bit deeper, he's really good. So he needs to be patient and find a way to succeed. There goes Nora again. Fall down. Okay, that's a good carry. It was too deep in the pocket. It could have been a split. It's only the 4-7. Should take that spare and keep going.
William Svensson has a rough start too on lane 8.
Yeah, William is also with 3 open frames. 7 split 2, 7-2, and 9-0. And that is a little bit more how it looked during the week and during the qualifying round. Bowlers doing either very good or very bad, nothing in between.
Marcus has lined up for sort of his A game too. Just a little bit inside of the 4th arrow and then not giving the pocket away.
Super solid, super consistent. He's got 4 in a row on lanes 13 and 14 if you guys want to see where Marcus is bowling. So let's say a little bit who is everywhere. Lanes 1 and 2, we find Ethan Fury, AJ Johnson, Hakeem Toon, and Matisse Blanchette. On lanes 3 and 4, we can find Joachim Karlsson, Anton Persson, Sean Reich, and Kyle Trupp. On 5 and 6, we find Matthias Ankerdahl, Justin Knowles, Alec Keplingler, and Thomas Larsen. On 7 and 8, we find Juho Ristonen, William Svensson, Robin Nilamar, and Noel Torgersen. On lanes 9 and 10, you find Andrew Hall and Dominic Barrett, Pontus Andersson, and Arnar Jonsson. On 11 and 12, the young Ryan Barnes and Nora Johansson. That is one of the couples you may want to follow. They are both super talented and very fun to watch. They are currently bowling with Karon Salorma and Nathan. 13 and 14, we find Raymond Tees with a spare and a triple, and Marcus Jansson with a front bagger. Bowling with them. And lane 14, we find Frankie Lavoie working on quite a few spares, not striking yet, but Frankie is pretty steady. As soon as he finds it, he's going to strike again and again. He's been doing it for the whole week. Carl Walgren bowling with Frankie over there. 15 and 16, we find Kevin Mellin and Andrew Anderson. Lane 16, we find Jesper Agerbo and Chase Nadeau. 17 and 18, Nico Oksanen and Nate Purchase. 18, we find Trevor Roberts and Eric Jones. And finally, on 19 and 20, we find Petter Hellstrom and James Blomgren. And finally, Sandro Brandt and Dario Stein. So if you want to follow any of those players, you just now know in which camera you can find them.
And quite a lot low scores.
It looks that way. Our old friend Transition showed up a little bit sooner on this second step on the final. We see a lot of people moving deeper and deeper, and it's going to be fun to see who can succeed. And also it's going to be interesting to see if they start moving that deep inside. What's going to happen on games 4, 5, and 6? They're going to run out of room. They're going to have to find different solutions. Yeah, we got that one already covered. We see some more people talking. Come on, Hakeem Toon. Krumlinde asking what lane is Nora at. Nora is on lane 11 and 12. PJ Carter, let's go Trevor Roberts. Trevor is on lane 17 and 18. He just got a beautiful strike for a double on lane 17. That covers the open frame he had on frame 2. And I'm just going to say it one more time now that we are a few frames to go until everything is over. If you have not yet subscribed into our YouTube channel, just do so. Please go ahead. You just have to click the button to subscribe. That's going to help us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you are so kind, just like the videos. That's going to help us also. Our main goal is to keep showing the best bowling in the planet and to do it 100% for free. This event, obviously, you're going to see until the very last frame and the prize ceremony. But then we're going to keep on showing some PBA Sweden regionals. There's going to be the Swedish National League. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good bowlers, a lot of talent. You can learn a lot watching on these channels. And above all, thank you for being over there and being so supportive and being part of the show.
Looks like Nora is holding on to the lead for now.
It looks like Ryan is the one that may want to give her some push, but that also could be a good thing for both of them. In my experience, when I've been bowling with somebody who was striking a lot, if you felt okay, it's like kept you pushing, kept you going on. And sometimes when you bowl with somebody who was bowling really bad, it ends up pulling you down.
Also, if you have a good start in this tournament right now and you have a decent look, you might also just feel like, well, everyone else is digging themselves into a hole now, so I'm just going to
I'm just gonna navigate, right?
yeah, and
Just
wait
seal.
to see where the other guys are going, because there's quite a few people that's like 40 under this game.
A lot of strikes for Raymond Tees and Marcus Jansson on 13 and 14. Quite a few strikes also on lane 16 for Jesper Akebo and Chase Nadeau. Okay game for Eric Jones with 3 spares and now a triple. Very good for Justin Knowles. Justin Knowles also on lane 6 with a triple spare and a double. Joachim Karlsson seems to be back on track, double and split, but now a 3-bagger is going for the 4th on lane 3. Let's see what Joachim does. Look very good. A lot less hand than we were seeing on game 1.
That's his thing, like he said. I solved the lanes by throwing it slow with no hand. Are you sure about that?
He did very good. That shot was very, very solid. Another good 9 spare for Nora. She's only with a double, but she don't want to get herself into any troubles. Just keep going, and whenever you find a striking pace, just go for it again.
It's also a bit important to know that it's not super important to be number 1
No,
or number 12.
no, you just want to make sure that
Yeah.
you go into the next stage. Then
It's going to be very hard to get a really easy opponent wherever you're going to end up in the top 16 here. So
absolutely. And there'll be a lane drawing, so it doesn't really matter if you are in one position or another. That's not going to let you know which lane you're going to bowl on. Everything is done by draw.
No.
No?
116, 215. It's pre-disturbed.
No, but the lanes, I mean.
No, it's pre-disturbed also.
Okay. Thank you, Dano. So, yes, that's what's going to be. Number 1 seeded is going to bowl against number 16, number 2 against number 15, number 3, 14, and so on and on. All those things are already fixed. It's lovely we have such great stuff and people taking care, because I talk and talk and talk, but sometimes I need some correction. So thank you, Daniel.
James got away with he needs a few strikes to get himself into the game now.
That was a late 10-pin fall for Marcus Johnson.
Oh, he got it.
Back on track. Yes,
yeah.
Back on track. Sharing lane with Raymond Tees. Raymond is looking pretty good now. After a spare, it comes 6 in a row. It's a little bit like we saw on game 1. Some people is going to go for 240s, 250s. And quite a few looking like they're going to struggle a little bit. We can see Andrew Hall on lane 9 with 4 open frames. Nathan on lane 12, 3 open frames. Also with Nathan, we have Karon with 2 open. 2 opens and no doubles. If I look down on lane 20, Dario Stein is also with 3 open frames. Sandro Brandt, 3 open frames, no doubles for them. Petter Hellstrom struggling a little bit, also a couple of open frames on this 19 and 20, no doubles for him. Nico Oksanen still not finding the strikes. He's got 4 open frames in this game. How is Pontus surviving? Did Pontus find something?
Pontus is 64 in the fifth, but then a double.
But now he's got a double. So hopefully Pontus is going to start his engine. Maybe it was working a little bit more as a diesel this time, not the regular fuel engine. You know, those warm up a little bit slower.
7-10 on James.
Oi, oi, oi. And another strike for Raymond Tees on lane 14 is looking pretty good. He didn't really like that match so much, but it looked good from here. Now back to lane 1 and 2. Ethan Fury, 1 open frame. A couple of 6 and 7s, which made this score go a little bit lower. But he managed to take a double. If he strikes out, it's going to go still for quite a high game. It could go all the way to 240. There we go with Joachim on lane 3 now, after 5 in a row. Let's see how he does. Is it going to hold? Oh, it didn't hold, but he got the strike, so that was a very, very happy moment for him. And that was the 9th frame. That's going to give him a chance to carry on the 10th frame. He's got the chance to go all the way up to 266.
That was a huge break.
Let's watch on lane 5 now. We have Justin Knowles, triple 9s per triple. He goes for his 8th frame, excuse me. Let's see what he does. Oh, that was a little bit short in the pocket. It looked like it was gonna fall, but the pin's standing there. So triple 9s per triple. It should be a 9s per also for him on this one. Oh, it was an open frame for Nora. It's not good news for her. Ryan, on the other hand, skips striking. He's got the 5 in a row on that lane, 11 and 12.
Pontus got a 3-bagger now, so he's going a little bit back in the game now from having a tough time.
If Pontus strikes out, he's still going to make 214, and we hope he's going to manage to do that one, so he's going to get some kind of a kick, boost of energy, positive energy. Ryan Barnes, another strike, 6 in a row on lane 11 and 12.
13-14 is looking like a pretty good pair right now.
A lot of striking going on there. Carl Wargren, 4-bagger. Richard T, 7 in a row. Marcus Johnson, 4-bagger and a double. Francois Lebois, a double.
Compare that to 1920 right now.
Ooh, 1920, that's really struggling over there. Sandro Brand, 115 on frame 9. Petter Hellstrom, 137 on frame 9. And Petter was number 3 after one game with 241. Well, he's going to be happy. He had some pins from game 1, but it's going to be expensive. Pontus changeable, yeah, he's using a red one now. He managed to make it the 4-bagger. It was a great strike also for Nura on the 8th frame. If she finds the way to strike out, it's going to be up to 219. Ryan Barnes just got the 7th strike in a row. He's on a scoring pace of 266. That would put him on the lead of the squad. Five and 6. We see also Thomas Larsen with a couple of open frames. Just put the strike on the 8th. We'll have to see how much can he go down after this one.
So even more opens now, 19 and 20. It's going to be a 160 high game on the pair.
Yeah, 19 and 20 is not really paying out for anybody at the moment. It's becoming quite tough. Not sure it's just these bowlers or whatever.
And that's where Arta bowled 300 last block.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Pontus got another one, so he can really turn this around.
There goes Joachim. Solid 10 for Joachim, but still going to be a good game. He's going to go all the way up to 240, and that is quite good.
It feels like the cut is almost going to go down this game. There's too many really low games.
After game one, the cut was 15 over, so we will keep an eye on that, see what the number is going to be after two. We have, as you say, Robert, it's some people going pretty low, but those who are striking, they are striking a lot. We have Marcus Johnson making another one on a scoring pace of 265 if he strikes out. Raymond Tees, 268 if he strikes out. Ryan Barnes, 266, shooting now on lane 12. Got another one on the 10th frame. Is working on his way for a 260. Joakim Karlsson takes the spare down, so it's going to be a 245 for him.
Nora can get to 220 almost. 219 if she gets.
She got the strike on the 9 as well. I didn't see that one. Happy for her. She keeps fighting. She doesn't give up. And that's the spirit. Pontus couldn't strike on the 10th, so he's going to drop down to 190. It looked a lot better now this last few frames. Let's see if he can carry on for the next 4 games with that better feeling he had on those few frames.
Agebo is probably pretty disappointed with that result after 6 frames. Started with 4 baggers spare strike and ended 190.
Oh, yeah, three open frames on the last 4 for Jesper, dropping down to 394. Petter Hellstrom also 157, dropped down to 398. James got a strike on the 10th frame, and he put his hands up in the air like saying, "Thank you, God, finally you let me strike on this one." Take it easy, James, you're gonna get out of that lane in just 1 frame. Okay, let's see what Raymond Tees can do on lane 14. He nailed it. He really liked the shot as soon as the ball was out of his hand. He's already on 258. Now Ryan Barnes on lane 12. He's doing
500. 504.
504, 266 for Ryan Barnes. This kid, I don't know if he can play basketball as good as he says. I'm pretty sure I'm going to kick his ass, as I told to him, but it definitely can bowl.
For sure. For sure. It's nice with this new generation of old superstars kids that's starting to pop up.
Emerge, yeah. I mean, we see so many over here. We used to bowl with their parents. Actually,
Torres kids, Raimon's kids.
Actually, I shouldn't say I was bowling with their parents. I should say I was getting beaten by their parents. But the Torres kids, Chris and Linda's kids, Raymond kids. My. We are getting old, Robert, indeed. Felt like yesterday we were 20 and starting to shine, and look at another strike for Nora. That's very good strike on the 10th, fighting to save that game and make it even a good game after all. She's already on the 200s, which is very good news. Let's see if she can get the strike on the 11th for a max of 219. And if she struggles a little bit in 1 frame, but she manages to stay above par, and especially with 219, that is a very positive moment. As you were saying, the scores are looking like slowing down a little bit.
They barely bowled 600 on 1920. They just made a few pins more than 600. .603.
On the previous squad, you mean? On the
last three? Here, on this game. 1920.
Oh, 19 and 20. Oh,
150 average for the
taking the 4 bowlers. Yeah, 157, 166, 134, 146. Not a funny pair. Not what I wanted to go. Nico Oxen, and also struggling a lot. He's got a total score of 290 after 2 games. He shot 9 pins more yesterday in just 1 game. Nico is a very talented bowler. He can really strike a lot. It's not fun when you see this kind of things, but also it's not that he has been missing spares. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 splits in this game. Andrew Anderson down on lane 15 and 16. Double on the 10th, triple on the 11th to go for a game of around 215. That's going to put him with 30 above par. Chase Nadeau doing a good game with 234. That's going to put him on 422. Raymond Tees after 268 managed to go all the way up to 39 over. Raymond was a little bit lower after game one. Raymond had a score of 171, so nice recovery for Raymond over there. Nora got another strike, so
83.
that's very good on Nora.
Marcus Johnson just left
The 9-pin.
stone 9-pin to get to 40.
But still, it's a very high game. It's going to go all the way to 470. 70 over par. That's a very good score. Especially with some people is already going down, 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 down underground. Kyle Trupp, 203 for a total of 360. Anton Persson, 192 for 363. AJ Johnson, 167 for a total of 368. Matisse Blanchette, 177 for a total of 395. We see Matthias Ankedot, 357. Williams Benson, he needs to triple for a 170 game. And a total max of 360. That's quite low as well. Andrew Holt, 385. Dominic Barrett, 382. Pontus Anderson, 337. Nathan, 336. Kevin Mellin, 332. Anton Persson, 363. Dario Stein, 311. Sander Brandt, 327. Okay, it's 40 bowlers, and it looks like there's going to be a big split in between them. Some people's going to be 50, 60, 70, 80 over, and some other are going to be 50, 60, 70 under. Only one pair to finish this game number 2 on lanes 7 and 8, so it's getting close. Pretty soon we're going to do a refreshment, and we're going to see what's the status and what's the rank after these couple of games. Very exciting. It's a wonderful time over here in Sweden, Helsingborg. We are talking at 12:15, and we're going to have another guest sitting with us. It's a pleasure to have everybody here. Let's introduce yourself so everybody knows who's going to talk now.
Pleasure. This is Jerry Pinksa II from Jopo Grips.
Nice to meet you over here.
Pleasure being here. First time in Sweden, so I've had quite an enjoyable time thus far.
It's a nice country, right? It's a very cool atmosphere over here. People is very kind. The weather is lovely, not too cold, not too warm. And the bowling alley is full of passion, full of talent. This event is electrifying, and there is a lot of things happening on the lanes at the moment. So let us know what you feel so far. It's going on the lanes. You see somebody going crazy high. You see somebody having a lot of issues. Still, obviously, 4 games to go on this step 2 in the final, so a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I tried it myself earlier this week, and it is probably the most difficult pattern I've seen in my life, and my scores showed, but there's definitely some people that have dominated thus far today. Nora looks absolutely fantastic with that 260 start, correct?
And what about Ryan? Ryan is also doing really, really good. He's bowling with very little hand. Just letting the ball advance on the lane, just trying to be consistent, but not. It's not so much about power. On this particular event, it's a little bit more of consistency and letting the ball do the job for you. And those who are managing to do that, they seem to be succeeding even more than some other super talented bowlers that are using a little bit more of power.
Absolutely. It's definitely the consistency that will put you on top in this tournament. It seems like urethane has kind of been taken away from it, what you don't really see much in the States. Usually urethane is consistent over there, where I feel like it is more of how you can maintain the pocket, create less penalty when it comes to splitting, and just making your spares.
Well, it must be, as you said, the first time you come over here in Sweden. It's not usually like that. I said already on the stream, and there's some, especially on the younger generation, there is some people that I believe they go to bed with their urethane balls. I mean, they keep them everywhere, and it's necessary for them to learn to do some new things. Uh, in my eyes, Jesper Svensson, for example, there is only one in the planet. So you need to learn to do more things. You need to be able to use every ball in your back. And well, Jesper is also an example of that. We happen to see him very often on the TV shows using the IQ 78, but I know he can bowl any ball, and maybe that's one of the things that gives the kids the wrong impression. That when they see the tour, they only see what's going on the TV shows, but they don't really see what goes on during the week when they bowl those 50 games before they get into the TV show. But it's wonderful to have one of these patterns that definitely is not urethane friendly. It's not really what these kids are used to do over and over now in Europe. It's very common to just bowl with urethane and give a lot of surface and just give it even more speed and go stronger. This one is a lot more old school style, letting the ball do the job instead. So actually, we are having a lot of fun. It's a lot of people also on the broadcast talking on YouTube and making questions and trying to understand what goes on. Definitely my favorite week of the year. I always have a lot of fun up here.
No, I definitely have had quite the experience thus far. I mean, I've been able to travel quite a bit on the PBA Tour side this past year, and uh, Sweden hits differently. The Lucky Larsen is a different experience for I feel like a lot of people that are able to travel over here. Again, I can't even explain how amazing the hospitality has been. Patrick Baque,
Hmm.
Mr. Martin Larson, again, quite incredible people, and this tournament is hands down one of my favorite, and I'll definitely be coming back.
That's good news. We love to hear that. That's our main goal. That's our motivation to make this event bigger year after year after year. It's going to be a lot of things happening again next year. Jesper is also going to jump in and be a part of the group, so we can only expect the event to grow even more. This year we had 376 bowlers, uh,
Incredible.
so it's unbelievable. It's only growing. Now let's have a look at the scoring. We have refreshed already. We are starting game three. I'm going to give you an update. The cat at the moment remains on 15 above par. That's Nate Purchase with 415. Right under the cut, we have Hakim Tun, 14 over. Noel Torgersen, 13 over. Robin Ilamar still hasn't found his way up. This is a very, very, very scary guy. When he finds his way, he's going to strike like hell. He's on 403. And Sean Rice, 402. That makes it 20 bowlers still above par on this squad. But now let's go all the way to the top. Number one, Ryan Barnes, 504. What about that? Number two, Nora Johansson, 483. They happen to bowl together on this squad, so it's kind of they are pushing one to the other. Number three, Marcus Jansson, 70 over. Number four, there he goes, Ethan Fury showing up. He's coming slowly, showing his face, and he's like, he will come. So 62 over for Ethan. Arnar Jonsson, 54 over. Arnar on the previous squad, he shot 300, and I believe he shot no game of 200. So it's only below 200 or 300, no
Or
200
perfect.
games. But it worked very good for him. Then we find the Finnish guy, Juho Rissanen, 453. The lefty, Justin Knowles, United States, 48 over. Carl Morgan, 46 over. Raymond Tees just shot 268, so he came from 170. He recovered very nicely with the 268. Now sits with 39 over par. Then we find a couple of American guys again. Alec Keplinger with 33 over. Andrew Anderson, 31 over. Andrew was doing very good in game one. Then he had that crazy frame that he missed a little bit outside. Took the three on the corner. On the spare, he took another three. That was an expensive frame, but still above par, 31 in. Number 12, Frankie Lobat, 26 over. Then we find Joachim Carlson, also made a big comeback. He started with 179. He struggled a lot, actually, on lane 19 and 20, which on this previous game, the four bowlers together combined, they didn't even reach 600. So that pair seems to be quite tough. Andrew Anderson is now bowling there. We're going to have to keep an eye on him, see how he managed. Number 14, Chase Nadeau, 18 over. Number 15, Thomas Larsen, 15 over. And same score for Nate Purchase on number 16 with 15 over.
What's crazy about it is Nora just made the cut, right, for this last qualifying set. She was 5 over, and to start with her first two games being in second, you can see how much she was able to overcome that adversity and kind of take that second spot with ease.
She's doing amazing, and it seems to me it's not that simple or not that easy to see as good when you're watching on a big event. This is a very big screen, but obviously you see a lot better when you are live right behind them. You can see more what they do. But uh, after that amazing 10th frame on the previous step, it seems to me like now she's using a little bit less of power as well. She's using a little bit less of wrist, same as Ryan. Maybe they are inspiring each other, as I was saying, and that is working very well this week. Those bowlers who manage to control their rev rate and they can decrease the rev rate and have a little bit less power, the ball is a lot more easy to control. The go goes a lot longer. It keeps a lot more energy. It gets them into quite less messy spots and quite a little bit less of a split kind of strike split. This one is a little bit easier to control, and they are both doing unbelievably good. There goes another strike for Ryan on lane 16. First double for him.
They're definitely working off each other, 100%.
Now let's see a little bit around. People who's doing okay on this game. Sandro Brandt, 4 bagger and 9 spare on lane 15 and 16. There we have Dario Stein also with a 4 bagger. All the way to lane 1. We have Alec with a 4 bagger as well. Nate Purchase, spare and a triple. Let's see around who else is doing quite good. Andrew Anderson, spare and a triple on those 19 and 20 that seem to be so tough. So good job for him for now. Then on his side, on lanes 17 and 18, we find Marcus Johnson with the front 3. Matthias Ankerdal also on lane 10, started with the front 3. Now he's got a big split. Definitely interesting. Usually during the week, game 3 is when problems showed up. It was when the field started to be in trouble. We have seen many squads where we had 16 or 18 bowlers above the par, and all of a sudden in game 3 it dropped down to 10 or 11 bowlers. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, these are the best bowlers in the event, otherwise they wouldn't be on this stage. We have currently 20 bowlers above par. We're going to keep an eye on that number and see what goes on after this game 3. Oh, definitely someone is not feeling good this morning. That is Nico Oksanen. He's really not finding his way. He's bowling on lane 2. No strikes yet and 3 open frames again. Nico did amazing. Yesterday shot 1400. Today it has game was 140, 141 and 149. And as I said, 3 open frames after 5. Somebody who was also not finding really his spot on lane 3 is Robin Ilamar. He's got a couple of 200 gains, but now he's got a strike and a couple of open frames.
Yeah, I think the transition here is happening like you mentioned, and to not be on top of it, this pattern really shows how if you are not, you will not be scoring well whatsoever.
And it seems to happen pretty quickly, pretty much out of nowhere. Let's, for example, have a look at lane 5 and 6. If we look at the score, Matisse Blanchette and Ethan Fury. Matisse started with a spare and a strike, Ethan Fury with a double, but then on frame 3, both of them got 5 and 1.
Maximum penalty, always, on this pattern. It's if you miss by a little, it means you're missing by a lot.
Yeah. How many balls have we seen in the corner during this week?
Way too many. Way too many 3 counts, I feel like. Some even in the gutter.
Yes. That was pretty close to getting a messenger for Ryan Barnes. Got the 10 pin, but is doing okay. 9 spares, strike spare, double, and 9. Knowledge has got the 2 4-10 on the previous shot. Only took 2, but she's only 3 pins on the par, and she's doing quite okay. And previous game was the same. She had 1 split in the middle, but then she managed to find a way to keep striking and go all the way for 219. Let's see what she can do on this particular moment. Another open frame for Nico on lane 1. Play 10 for Ethan Fury on lane 6, but he got the strike. And definitely transition is knocking on the door again. I see more splits than we have seen on the previous 2 games. Now the changes are really happening. People will really need to open their eyes, stay awake, stay focused. Don't be coward. On the contrary, be brave. You have to make a big move. Just do it. Don't stay on that zone that isn't working anymore. Andrew looking pretty solid on 19 and 20. That was a beautiful strike on lane 19 for Andrew Anderson. Spare triple, spare strike. Who's still doing okay? We have Alec on lane 1. 5 to start, so front 5 for Alec on lane 1 and 2. Front 4 on lane 17 and 18 for Marcus Johnson. Marcus is sitting on the position number 3 now with 70 over. So that is pretty good news for him.
There's definitely not a lot of strikes going on. Not many at all. 1 or 2 people. That's about it. A few.
It's slowing down a little bit, so we're gonna have to keep an eye at the end of this game 3 to see if the score is going up or going down. Definitely, it looks like it's going down. Currently, the cut is 15 over. That's like 207.5 average. So we could estimate that probably the cut 6 games, more traffic, it still should be above par. But we will have to see. Probably what we see is a little bit like we saw in the previous squad, that there will be 3 or 4 bowlers that are going to be far up in the stats and in the score, high average. But then we're going to see a bunch of bowlers, probably about 6 to 8 bowlers that are going to be very close. It could be maybe 8 bowlers on a very short distance of 20-25 pins. So that means until the very last frame, you could be still alive, or you could just be out of the map. That was a bad shot for Marcus Johnson on lane 19, but he gets to Brooklyn. And that is important also. You want to strike, but you want to stay lucky.
It's called a lucky Larsen for a reason, correct?
I need a second. Sorry, short interruption, but we're back on track. So lane 1 and 2, we find Alec with front 6. Marcus Johnson front 5 on 17 and 18. Dario Stein on 15 and 16, looking good. 4-bagger, couple of spares. Sandro Brandt, same thing. 4-bagger, couple of spares. And if we go back to 9 and 10, Carl Walgreen, the local guy. Spare and 4-bagger. Where were Nora and Ryan? I lost them all of a sudden. Yes, thank you. Over here, 15 and 16, Ryan Barnes with a double. Nora Johansson had an open frame, but she just made the double to come back into the right spot.
Ooh, Alec Keplinger. Not making it to the 7th frame there with the front 6.
Still is a good score for him. He wasn't that far, I believe. Let me see. Where was Alec? He was already top 10, 33 over for him. So it's keeping his scoring pace up. That's good news for him.
Great player over in the States. Went to Wichita State, and obviously we all know the talent that comes out of there. and he's actually from my home state, Michigan.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
he doesn't live too far away. So yeah, he's an incredible talent. A local guy, obviously, for me, but I'm gonna say he's gonna do some great things. He's already made a few television shows in the PBA tour, and I believe that win's coming around the corner sooner or later.
Oh, now back on 19 and 20. Andrew Anderson, spare triple, spare double. Good news for him. Sorry, not Raymond. Marcus Johnson. Raymond was his father. That's why I went into Raymond. Marcus Johnson. This one was a lot better. The previous shot, it was a bad shot. He got a Brooklyn. This one was a lot good. It was in the pocket, but the 7-pin did not want to fall. Um, but also a pretty steady pace for Marcus. 70 over after 2. 5 bagger, 9 spare. That is really a good game going on for him as well. Now Ryan put the strike on the 8. Now let's see what Nora does on lane 15. Ooh, not good. She missed a little bit in. You could see the body was a little bit out of position, but the outcome was really, really ugly for her. It's a 5 split, but it's doable. She can do that spare. Let's see if she can get it. And definitely Nico is gone, probably mentally just given up. 87 on frame number 8, and he's already quite low on his scoring. So it's sad to see. He's a very good bowler, nice guy.
It is sad to see when it comes to you make it all this way, you grind all through those games, and you finally get to the place that you feel like you are gonna probably do well enough to get to that next spot, and unfortunately, it just that mental game, that physical game, when it starts going wrong, it starts going downward
It
pretty quick.
happens. It happens. We are human, and that's the way the brain works sometimes. You have given up so much energy that then it's like, okay, I gave all I had, and now let me just breathe, make it end as sooner the sooner the better. We have some people talking over here. We have Pierre. He's been connecting quite often. He says, "Good morning. You make me wake up early." He's texting from Canada, I believe it was.
Right. It's a 6 hour time difference in the States over there, at least the Eastern time zone. So
Still pretty early.
6:30 in the morning over there.
What a better way to wake up than wake up and see some good bowlers in action, right?
Absolutely.
You can have your cup of coffee laying down in the sofa, connected to YouTube, and enjoy how many strikes some of these guys are producing. Not only how many strikes they produce, but in such a difficult pattern and in a difficult transition. It's a lot of traffic on the lanes. They are pretty deep inside. We are in the middle of game 3, and they are already in front of the ball return. Some of them, they were already in front of the ball return on game 2. There goes Ryan on lane 16. A bit short. Leaves the 2-8. Okay, they slow down a little bit, both Ryan and Nora. But we couldn't expect them to bowl 250 average all the way down.
I mean, you could even see that from Mr. Kyle Troop this morning when the last squad of yesterday, correct? It was for qualifying. He averaged 247, I think it was.
Yeah,
Something close to that.
That was insane.
And then he starts off today with, I think, a 160 game. So I can only compare this to a U.S. Open
Yeah,
like situation where it is very touchy. You miss, it's not going to go well for you. And it seems like he's still struggling as of right now. So, not off to the greatest start, but again, one of the best in the world for a reason. So I'm sure he'll get back to it with these next few games that are out there.
It's still another 3 games to go, so it's still plenty of time, as we said before. It may feel like they are far from the cut, but the cut, after all, it's probably going to stay somewhere around. Maybe if we go high, maybe 205 average, that would be 30 over par. And these guys have the potential to really, really, really go high for a couple of games and jump back from 100 pins down. So it's a long way to go. Jamie Snap says Kyle's back is bothering him badly from yesterday. Uh, it was an issue for him already yesterday. He said he had some pains, but actually that helped him bowl a little bit smoother and walk a little bit slower. So let's see how it goes for him during the day.
It's funny because we sponsor Sean Rash, right? So he's been texting me during this time asking where I'm at, and I had to obviously show him the picture
So
where
he
I'm at
find
right
out, yeah.
now.
But if he needs something, you need to step out. Don't worry at all. I can carry on for a little while. You can always make it back into the room as soon as you have some free time. Feel free to go. You don't have to be obligated, and especially when you're representing a brand. I know you guys need you. We thank you so much for your time and for your cooperation. And as I just said, if you have the time to come back, it will be such an honor and a pleasure to have you back here.
No, absolutely. And I think I'll stick around for a second or two. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. That's lovely
No.
then. It's good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. He's just asking where I'm at. He's been my travel buddy this
Mm.
entire time. So, me being the first time in Sweden, he's been showing me the ropes a little bit.
Okay, so he was more making sure that you were doing okay, not that he needed something. That's good. Nice of
Yeah.
him. Nice of him.
Exactly. It's just the way he is. He's always he's been keeping tabs on me in a good way. He's basically been my dad the entire time.
That's lovely. I'm going to keep my eyes for a second on lane 19 and 20. It was pretty tough for many bowlers. It has been tough also for Kevin Malin. He shot 150 over there. But we see other people doing okay. We have Anton Persson is going to survive that pair with a game of 218. And we see now Andrew Anderson stepping on lane 19. He's looking for a couple of strikes that would put him on a 240 pace on that.
That's a good shot. Oh,
Oh, solid 10, solid 10. But that should be an easy spare for him. That's a 227. And since that pair felt like he was becoming quite tricky, he should be getting off that lane pretty happy.
what an incredible year Andrews had this past year, huh?
Unbelievable. It looks like changing brands was really working out well for him.
I think so too. And when it comes down to it, if someone truly believes in you and gives you an opportunity to sponsor an entire company and obviously throw the brands of Storm, which, obviously sponsor the Lucky Larsen, I'm sure he is probably the most appreciative when it comes down to being able to represent one of the biggest brands in the sport.
And he's actually bowling for the local team in the National Swedish League. It's a team called Jota, and Andrew has been coming to Sweden to bowl a few times over the year. So this is actually kind of his second house in terms of bowling. He's always welcome in here. People have a lot of appreciation for him. And he's a very nice character. He's always smiling. He's always kind, humble. He's a nice guy to be around, no doubt about that.
Also, another Michigan representative here. We used to actually bowl in youth tournaments, not I mean against each other, not on the same team.
Not
He was a
together,
little
but
younger than me,
you cross paths very often then.
very very often, and
Okay.
he's
He
he's
went
definitely
from a
dominated.
solid 10 to a soft 10, but a nice game for Andrew over there, 226. That's going to give him a score of 57 plus. That's pretty good. That gives you some room to find out if you get into some messy pair. You have at least have 2 or 3 frames to take a little risk and find a solution. We are getting close to the end of this game 3. We see some people striking a lot on lane 9 and 10. Thomas Larsen strikes pair and 8 in a row. If he strikes out, he's going to go for a game of 280. And Thomas Larsen was sitting on 15th position with 15 over. My apologies. I had to step out for 1 second. As I've been telling you during the week, on Tuesday, I have a medical appointment. I have to go on Barcelona early morning. And the hospital, they were calling me just to confirm that I'm going to be there. So I'm back on track. Nobody worry. I'm fine. I'm doing okay. I'm not dying. I hope so, at least. Everything is fine. What did I miss? Marcus Johnson, another strike on his way for a 279. Thomas Larsen on his way for a 280. We see some high scoring on 1 and 2. Alec ended up with a 257. He's now 90 over. Nate Purchase, 246, 61 over. Justin Knowles, 202, but 50 over. Now it's a bunch of people who's short from 600, but if I look back, Arnar Jonsson, 222, now sitting with 76 over. Ethan Fury, 203, 65 over. Let me see someone else ending. Yeah, Andrew Anderson, 57 over. Ryan Barnes, 214, 118 over. Nora Johansson, strike on the 10. Let's see if she can get a double on the 11th. Come here, Nora.
Looks okay.
Nice. Very good job for Nora, making a double. So even with a couple of big open frames, she's going to manage to get very, very close to par. She can shoot 198. If she does another strike, she's going to still be on 81 above par, and that is a very good scoring pace. It's crazy. It's either a lot of strikes or a lot of splits. Nothing in
Definitely
between.
one or the other.
It's not many games of like 190 with, especially not strike spares. It's either a lot of spares or a lot of splits for some of them. Nice spare for Raymond Tees on lane 17 and 18. Only 2 strikes on that game, but he managed to do a double with those strikes. Raymond Tees on lane 17 and 18. He spared the baby split, so if he strikes, he's going to make 200 for 39 over. Now, let's see who's going to kill it. 2 highest potential scores at the moment is Marcus Johnson and Thomas Larsen on this game. Marcus can bowl 279, Thomas can bowl 280. Both of them are about to bowl the 10th frame. So we will have to see what do they do. There goes Thomas on lane 9. And he nails it again. He's really on fire. Storm guy. Thomas Larsen from Denmark. 9 spare. Strike 9 spare. 9 in a row. Working on the way to 280. That's going to put him on 95 over par. And that would feel pretty comfortable for him with just 3 games to go.
That was 10 back. That was a no doubter.
Now, Marcus, lane 17. Not a good shot for him. He got a big split over there, 6-7. So it's going to drop down to 240 something. But Marcus is pretty high on the scores. He was 70 after 2. So he's going to go all the way to 100 and something over. He could actually be the new leader on the squad, depending on the small counting. No, it's not going to be the leader because Ryan is already with 118 over, but he's probably going to sit on the second position.
That's what it is.
Very good game for him anyway. 245. That's pretty solid. I mean, if you keep going that way, you're going to be happy by the end of the day. Now, this is going to be quite an interesting game now on lane 19 and 20. Ryan Burns, the leader, and Nora Johansson, 81 over for Nora, 180 for Ryan. They are bowling on lanes 19 and 20. Andrew Anderson just proved that you can come out of that lane with an okay scoring. Ryan make it look like nothing happens. Just another lane. I'm going to keep on doing strikes.
Sean Rash with the double in the 10th to get to 230.
Yeah, it was
239 if he strikes out.
and he can go all the way up to 41 over with one more strike. So that's a good score for Sean as well. Sean was a little bit short into the cut. Top 16 going to the next step. Sean was sitting on 20th position, only 13 pins short to the cut, and with this high game now, he's going to jump quite a few spots up. Just a few people not done yet with their game, so we will have a proper ranking as soon as we can refresh the scores for everyone on the lanes. It was another strike for Sean, 239, 641 for him. Looking good. Thomas Larsen, 269, so 84 plus for him. Good job. Also on that pair, we see Carl Walgren, the guy from Helsingborg, is 225 and 71 over. We have a Finnish guy on lane 11 and 12. He shot Juhu. He shot 188, but still 41 over par. That's pretty good for him. Jesper Agrebo managed to do 211 after a couple of open frames, so 5 over par. And that could be more or less the area where the cut will be after 3 games. Okay, we see Sealands. Always a pleasure to watch Sean Rush bowl. I agree with you. And then we have Roronoa CY. Ryan is killing it. Yes, he is.
Starting off with the first one there on 19 and 20. We'll see how this one goes, but I think he's keeping pretty good pace with everything that's going on.
Yes, and I see Jennifer, she asked what's the bottom line right now at 16th place. It was 15 over after 2 games. We will refresh the scores pretty soon and let you know what's the cut after 3. It's only one bowler, 2 bowlers still have to end their previous game, which is Chase on 11 and 12 and Noel Torgersen, who managed to do quite a few strikes for a 220 game and put himself above par. Noel was also 2 pins short to the cut with 13 over. Now this game of 220 should make him go a little bit higher on the rankings. But as I said, we're gonna wait a couple of minutes until we can refresh all the scores, and we will let you know with absolute precision. Another guy who's been quite quiet on this step so far, from Malaysia, Hakim Tun. Actually, I just jinxed him because he started with a split, but he's been quiet. We haven't really seen him doing anything, but there he is, 14 over par. That means he shot 200 on the previous game, so he shot 193, 221, and 200. Not that good, but definitely not bad. He's more than alive, and this guy, he already proved what he can do on a bowling lane. Already a PBA title in his pocket and looking for a second one. Mm, 19 and 20. Let's see what will happen there. We have Nora with a 5-2 on frame 1. And now we have Ryan with a 4-6 on lane 19. Probably was not the best shot, but and Nora is having small issues with the approach. It's second time I see her getting a little bit stuck on there. Hopefully it's nothing. It's a little bit of a humid day out here in Helsingborg, and probably that humidity is causing the approach to be a little bit harder than they have been during the week. Let me say also it's been a great work by the crew again in Olympia Bowling. They fixed the small issue there was on lane between 2 and 3. This pattern we have been bowling so deep inside. There's been a couple of guys who had issues on that approach over there, but now it's completely fixed, so it shouldn't be any problem for no one. Now we have the, oh, look at that, we have refreshed the scores, and actually the cut went up. Top 16 now is 32 over, so that's 210.6 more or less. out of the cut, Francois Lavoie with 620. Karon Saloma from Finland, 617. Hakim Tun, 614. Actually, we have two more bowlers over par than we had, so 22 people at above par. And if we look at the ranking up there, Ryan Barnes on the lead, 118 over. Marcus Johnson, number 2, 115 over. Alec Keplinger, 90 over. Thomas Larsen, 84 over. Nora Johansson still up there, 81 over. Arna Jonsson, 76 over. Look at the squad for Arna. That's pretty steady. 232, 222, 222. Carl Walgren, 671. Ethan Fury, 665. Nate Purchase, 661. We compare that scoring pace for Nate with Arner is a completely different way to get over there. Nate has got 231, 80, 240 something. Then we have Joakim Karlsson. He did very good during the week. Also, son of one of the greatest bowlers ever as a woman, Åsa Larsen. She was unbelievable. Joakim started with 179 on lane 19 and 20. He was happy to stay out of there pretty soon. Now 245, 236, 60 over for him, 10th position. Then we find Andrew Anderson, 657. Actually, Andrew's highest game was on that 19 and 20 with 226. So it can be both. Number 12, Justin Knowles, 50 over. Sean Rush, 41 over. Juho Rissanen, 41 over. Raymond Tees, 37 over. And Noel Haglund Torgersen, 32 over. Now, Raymond Tees is on the other road. He's on a higher roller coaster. 171, 268, 198. Pretty steady, Raymond. But you just have to be there, right? Doesn't matter how you do it. You just have to be there.
Something that I just noticed too. There's only one lefty that is doing pretty decent. Everybody else is right-handed.
At the moment, yes, it is. Justin Knowles is doing okay with 50 over. And let's see, where do we have our other lefty? I think it's Eric, isn't it?
Eric Jones, and then James Blongren.
And James Blongren, that's true. James started with 185, 166. Now it's 205. So James is 70, 54, and 30, 80 pins behind the cut, more or less, and 3 pins more for Eric. We will see if some more lefties make it into the next stage. Actually, it's going to be 16 bowlers, so if it was 2 lefties, it would be a little bit more than 10%. Yesterday we were checking out on the numbers. It was 40 lefties on the whole event out of 376 bowlers, so more or less is that 10%. Nora is getting some trouble on that lane 9 and 20. That's going to be the 3rd open frame. And look who's back on that pair bowling with Nora and Ryan. Robin Elamar starting to do some strikes again. Robin is a little bit far from the cut at the moment. Robin, oh, he shot 137 on last game. I did not see that. So Robin is nearly 100 pins behind the cut. 3 games to go. But if somebody can do a lot of strikes, that's Robin for sure. Some people on some striking already. We have Pontus Andersson with the front 3 on lane 2. Pontus needs to strike a lot. He started a little bit low. Right by his side on lane 3, we can find Kevin Mellin, also Swedish guy, starting with the front 3. He also needs a lot of strikes to come back from where he is. Then on lane 6 we find Frankie with front 3. Frankie is doing okay. He's 20 above. He's actually the first one out of the cut, but he's fighting to make it back into it. Then we find Jesper with a double. Ethan Fury also starting with a double. Joakim Karlsson sparing a strike. And maybe Dominic Barrett also spares double. Justin Knowles spared double. Noel Torgersen, currently the last one in the cut, starting with the first 2. AJ Johnson is gonna have to activate his survival mode again. He's been struggling a lot this week. He managed to qualify on the very last attempt yesterday at the very last squat. So let's see if he manages to make it back all the way into the next stage. Noel is looking pretty good now. It was a very nice shot on lane 15, very powerful. And a beautiful strike for Nora now on lane 90. It looks like she moved a little bit deeper. Let's see if she can overcome that slow start she has. 40 pins on frame 4. So she's going to need to do a lot of striking to recover from that one.
Nice little messenger there for Justin Knowles to kick out that 7 pin to get him that 3-bagger.
It might be actually a little bit tricky on lane 19 and 20. I just saw Robin missing very little bit to the outside, getting another washout. So it could be that that pair is a little bit tougher than some of the others.
It's always the end pair, it seems like. And no matter what house you bowl in.
No, it's actually true. It doesn't matter if it's a small bowling alley or as big as Reno, you always have some issues on the corners. Nice shot on lane 1 and 2 for Raymond T. Started with 3 spares, but now it was a very beautiful strike. And his body language celebrating, it felt like he really liked it. It felt like he was going back on track. Let's see what he can do. Now I'll let you know some of the bowlers there on the lanes so you can decide which camera you want to see. Lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, we find Raymond Tis, Marcus Jansson, Pontus Andersson, Arnar Jonsson, Kevin Mellin, Andrew Andersson, Karon Saloma, and Nathan LeJoy. If we go to 5 and 6, now he's going to take a shot. Frankie Lowa on lane 6, he has the front 4. Also in there we find Nico Oksanen, Nate Purchase, Carl Walgren, Petter Hellstrom, James Blomgren, Jesper Ackerbo, and Chase Nadeau. Let me see what Frankie does. Yeah, that was another beautiful strike for him, front 5. Here we go to lanes 9, 10, 11, and 12. We find Matisse Blanchette, Ethan Fury, Trevor Roberts, Eric Jones, Joakim Karlsson, Sean Rush, Sandro, and Dario Sten on those 4. Then all the way down to 13, 14, 15, and 16. We find Matthias Ankerdal, Thomas Larsen, Hakim Tum, AJ Johnson, Juho Rissanen, Noel Torgersen, Anton Persson, and Kyle Trupp. And finally on the last camera, lanes 17 to 20, we find Andrew Hall, Dominic Barrett, Justin Knowles, Alec Keplingler, Ryan Barnes, Nora Johansson. Let's see what Nora can do on lane 20. Also move deeper over there. Nice strike for Nora. This girl is so good.
So good.
So good, ridiculously good. Williams Benson and Robin Ilamar. So that pair, everyone is two-handed. Everyone is young. I believe William might be the oldest one, but not so old. Crazy talented young kids. They have another 20 or 30 years of professional bowling ahead of them, easy. Oh, that was a bad frame for Noel Torgersen. He left the 3, 6, 10, 7, and on the spare shot he put the ball in the gutter. That's not good. Pontus Andersson on 1 and 2, fighting to make it back into the cat. Pontus is sitting a little bit low. Let me tell you what Pontus is having at the moment. Pontus Andersson, 150, 187, 195, so only 532, exactly 100 pins below the cut, but he's fighting back. He's got the front 5. Frankie Lavoie on 5 and 6, also front 5. Ryan is also moving deeper on lane 19 and 20. That was a flat 10, but a nice recover after the split. He made a triple. Now he's going to take the 9th pair, and he's still at least going to be above par, and that's what you want to do when you're 180 over. It doesn't look like, even if the scoring pace remains as it is now, over 210 average, that would be 1260. That means he still have 58 pins above those 60 over par, plus those 6 pins he has now. So yeah, Keep it steady. Don't get yourself into trouble.
Pontius just threw a sixth for that strike for that six bagger.
Pontus keeps going. And we have Eric Jones in some kind of trouble on lane 9 and 10. Split open frame, open frame, and another split on fourth frame. So he's going to be on 36 after 4.
We call that the phone number in the States.
Phone number, yeah. Eric was a little bit down. I believe we saw what was Eric. Yeah, Eric was already with 553, so that's not going to be helping him a lot. Francois Laval left the 10 pin, so front 5, 9. Joachim Carlson on lane 11, he's bowling deep. Oh, solid 9. That looked very good.
Does he throw a few revolutions or what?
I think he was the first one I remember from my younger days that he was having like approximately 600 RPM. He's like, and he bowls one-handed obviously, so that's a lot of rep rate over there. Now, looking at Ray Montiz again, only 2 strikes, but he seems to be able to put only a couple, but double them. That's what he did on the previous game. He only had 2 strikes, but he put the double on them. And one thing is true, as we've been saying, it's either very high scoring or very low scoring. We have quite a few people after 3 games, like beyond 70 under, and that's not what you expect on a field like the one we have on the lanes now. But the pattern is quite demanding. The traffic, it's worse than Barcelona 9 o'clock in the morning when the schools are coming in. So fighting to survive. Oh, look at that, Eric Jones, another open frame. He's got the 4-6. That's more than a phone number. That's an international phone number.
That's
already.
international.
Okay, Nora, she managed to make the triple. Let's see what she can do on lane 20. She's really deep inside now. Looked a
It's
little
gotta
bit
go.
in. No, that looked a little bit in. Yeah, that looked a little bit in. And that's the sad thing, and that's actually what's happening in this pattern. It's like you make a bad shot, and instead of getting 8 spare or 9 spare, boom, there's a big split of 6. Look at her, she's got 3 strikes, but 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 6 again, which probably is going to be 6-2.
Maximum penalty is what this pattern has given everybody. And they are getting deep now. They're inside. It looks like most people that fourth and fifth arrow.
I was gonna say some of them are already beyond 25 on the arrows.
Right. And we still have 2 more games to go.
Yeah. I wonder where they're gonna go.
I'm gonna see some airmail where there's gonna be people lofting it a little further down the lane. I feel like.
Looks like, but it hasn't been working that well either. Another solid 10 for Ryan Barnes, but
I think that's what that's going to give you when you start lofting it, is the wrap 10s.
Fighting to survive, so survival mode is activated for many bowlers. We see Dominic Barrett also flying the left gutter. Nothing crazy yet, nothing like slow and style. But yes, people is moving quite deep on the lanes. Good spare for Ryan on lane 19, and that's what you want to do. Take your spares, make sure you hit the bucket. stay out of problem as much as you can. And okay, Pontus Andersson, he got the big split on the 7th frame, but he took the spur and he really needed that one, so that's going to give him some positive vibes. It's going to keep him going up. AJ Johnson fighting to get it back as well on lane 13 and 14. That was a little bit short in the pocket. It's hard to say. Is the score gonna go up? Is the score gonna go down? The logic says it's gonna go down. Definitely for people who's not working, is going really, really, really down. James Blomgren going crazy. I've never seen James bowling that deep inside. I've never seen James fly in the right gutter. It didn't look so good. He didn't even reach the head pin. But the body language was a little bit of frustration over there. And I can understand he did 150 over in the first 3 games on step 1. Now he's suffering 44 under, and on this particular game is running with 66 on the 5th frame, so it's a low game for him again. So maybe someone should go out there and tell Nora, don't go crazy, save a 180 and just go for the next pair, because the scores seem to be slowing down a little bit, right?
No, I think you're right when it comes down to controlling the pocket. Leave the makeables. Don't allow those maximum penalty misses to happen. But easier said than done, right?
I was gonna say sometimes when you're on the lanes, it's very hard to get yourself into that perspective, because even if you don't really want to look around, so you don't lose your focus on what you're doing. But even if you look around, you can see maybe 4 lanes around you, but you cannot really see the whole field. So it's hard to get the right perspective. You always have a tendency to see those who are striking, and then you think like, damn, I need to strike, I need to strike. And then one of the things we have been talking during these days, when you put in your head, I have to, it usually never works. You just want to be on I can and I want to, not the I have to sentence. That usually puts too much pressure on you. And unless you're Jasper Spencer or Walter Ray, it's hard to manage.
100%. It's a one shot at a time mentality. Score watching is a thing, though. People like to score watch. It's just a habit. We are human. And then again, once it gets to that score watching point, you start grabbing it maybe a little bit tighter than you're supposed to.
Yes. We have a question from Jamie Snipes. What's Roberts at now? I'm not sure if he's talking about the lane or the scoring. We're gonna give you the scoring. It was 603 after 3, and in this game he's bowling on lane. Give me a second. Trevor,
Roberts, yep.
yes, on 9 and 10, and no strikes for him actually. 3 splits, 2 open frames, 105 on frame number 7. So if he strikes out, he could go for 195. Fighting to survive. I mean, it's quite a few of them at the moment, struggling, doing their best to stay alive. That's going to be a good game for Ryan. 204. Definitely 19 and 20 is not the easiest pair. We haven't seen, except Andrew with that last game of 226. Everything else we have been seeing there is a lot of games below par on 19 and 20. Hakim Toon also in kind of trouble with 3 open frames on lanes 13 and 14. It looks like the field is starting to split a little bit between those who are performing higher and those who were not that high, and it's a lot of people facing that crazy wall that we have been witnessing during the whole week. It's happening more on game 4 than on game 3, as we were seeing on the qualifying rounds. But again, we could expect that. It's the best bowlers on the lanes at the moment. Probably the warm-up, it was with a little bit better strategy than we have seen during the qualifying round. That goes not on lane 20. Oh, solid 8 for her. Unbelievable. That was a really, really good shot. She could have gone all the way to 180 game, which on 19 and 20 is not so bad. But solid 8 for Nora Johansson. She's gonna have to spare for a 160. She's gonna drop a few pins on this one. She was 81 above par, so she's gonna drop down a little bit over there. She can go all the way to 40 plus. The cut after 3 was 32 plus, so she would still be above that. But I believe the cut's gonna slow down a little bit after game 4. We see a lot of splits all around the lanes. Split for Kyle Trapp, split for Noel Torgersen. And Noel started with the front 3, but then 6-0, 7-2. Now another big split. It's the 2-8-10. Is he going to go back up? Let's see what he does. Yes, he goes back up. Takes 2. And Nora gets a light strike now. A little bit upsetting, but she has to stay focused, stay positive. Hopefully when the scores refresh out there, she realizes she's still up there and she doesn't put herself into much pressure. I mean, she's the only girl remaining. She's the only one alive on this event. And oh, look at the
Oh,
spare that
wow.
Kyle just got on lane 15. He got the 4.76, very short, very light on the 4. The 4 bounced on the wall, made it all the way back to the lane, so that was a wonderful spare. Lane 15, if you guys want to see the replay, just go to the camera on lanes 13, 14, 15 and 16, put the streaming a few seconds back and you will see that spare. And since you're gonna do that, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done yet, and like the videos. That's gonna help us keep on doing everything 100% for free. A lot of PBA bowling, a lot of PBA regional Sweden, a lot of national league from the Swedish best bowlers in the world in action, and everything for free. Raymond T is striking again. He's found something on lane 1 and 2. He made a strike on the 10 for a 4-bagger. He's working on one more strike to get all the way up to 246. And that's very good news for Raymond. Raymond was already inside the cut with 37 over. So lane 19 and 20 was done. Ryan Barnes at the moment, 122 over. Nora with that very unlucky 8-pin and a couple of, actually 3 big splits and 4 open frames. 162 for 43 over. The partners over there was William Svensson and Robin Illamar, 2 super talented two-handed bowlers from Team Sweden. 714, 757. They are a little bit far from the cut at the moment, but we will be back soon to them, see what they can do on the last 2 games. Raymond Tees did not strike on the 11, but he's going to shoot the 233, and he's going to go all the way up to 70 over. There you go, 70 plus for Raymond Tees. That's a good score. You're going to be happy with that. Now we'll see Arnar Jonsson shooting on lane 1, trying to strike out for a game of 214. That would put him on 90 over. And on lane 2 we will see Marcus Johnson trying to strike out for a 195 and a total of 110 over. So these 3 guys are looking pretty solid, looking pretty good to make it into the next step. Not the strike for Arnar, but still, as we said, is a good scoring space. Oh, 5-10 for Marcus Johnson on lane 2. He really flew the ball in there, and that is why we were telling, or at least I've been telling all the week, I don't believe that lofting the ball is really working. What's actually happening is when you loft the ball is landing in a spot that for sure there is no oil, so the ball loses the energy a lot more than if you try to make it skid, and that's probably what happened. You are so deep inside on the lane, you cannot create any angle, and if the ball is without energy, that's what can happen. You get the 5-10. So it's going to be a 189 game for Marcus Johnson, 104 over. Arnar Johnson chopped the spare, so 180, 56 over for Arnar. Justin Knowles 225 for 875 if he strikes on the 12th frame. That's a good score for him as well. Andrew Anderson is gonna try to double on lanes 3 and 4 to try to make 210 and make it up to 70 over. If he makes that triple on the 10th frame, he's also in front of the ball return. Now going to take a shot on lane 4. Joachim Carlson is bowling a league of his own after that game 1 that didn't work for him. Is working on a 269 game. Nice shot for Andrew. Got the strike. And Eric Jones finally got his first strike on frame 9. He has 80 for 8 frames. He was actually doing some, looking at the crowd in the back. Ethan Fury, not a very high game for Ethan. 159 after 9 frames. He's gonna need to triple to do 189. We will see what he can do. It's quite a few low games on this game number 4. Except for Joachim. Joachim is doing a very high game. 269 for Joachim. So Joachim started with 179 on the not so friendly lanes 19 and 20, and after that he shot 245, 236, 269. That's like 780 more or less. 750 something.
269 is like shooting 320 right now.
Yes. It's a very, very high game. He's had to be very happy. So now he's 129 over. He's going to be the new leader on the event. At least on this squad is going to be the leader. 129 over. Ryan was on 122 over. Spare for Andrew Anderson 860. Nate Purchase 207 for 868. Carl Walgren went down to 170 to drop down to 841. Petter Hellstrom did a good game again, 235, so he went a little bit higher. Now 836 for him, 831 for Jesper Agerbo. Ethan Fury still have to make the 10 frame. If he triple, it's going to be 856. So it's a lot of people dropping from the par, but those who are remaining in the par, they are quite a little bit above par.
Yeah, we're starting to see that separation now quite heavily. I mean, I don't even know how many games there are under 180. 180 or lower. That's about half the field.
Yeah, 167, 162, 181, 176, 162, 170, 159, 171, 169, 170, 166, 180, 151. Eric Jones, if he makes a triple, 140. If otherwise, it's going to be a 120, 154. It's a lot of low games and a few scores that I have already refreshed, and I could not carry on telling you. So, yes, it's a big split at the moment. We are gonna wait for a couple of minutes until everyone is done with this game, and we will refresh the scores, and we will be back with the ranking in just a minute or two. Okay, here we go. Now we have the scoring refresh. Let you know that the cut actually moved up a little bit. It's 41 over, but we are remaining on that 210 average. Um, some very high games, some very, very low games.
Very low games. We
Nick
just saw it from Eric Jones there. That 108 is not going to look pretty.
108, but if we look at the scorings over there on that last game, I'm not gonna say names so people doesn't get disappointed. 166, 108 with that one we said already, but 154, 167, 169, 171, 162, 183, 151, 176, 159, 169, 170, 162. 180, 181, and we are already talking about people who is already inside the cut. Now, numbers on the cut. Leader, Joachim Karlsson, 929. Look at the pace he's got. He started with 179 on that not so friendly 19 and 20, which I've seen Aura crashing over there. After that, he shot 245, 236, 269. That's unbelievable. So for a total score of 929 for 4 games. Right behind Joachim, we find Ryan Burns with 922. Marcus Jansson from Sweden. He just left the 510 on the 10th frame, but despite that, he's 104 over. Thomas Larsen, another quiet guy who doesn't seem to be there, but he always manages his way to score, 78 over. Justin Knowles, lefty, so it is playable on the left side as well, 75 over. Alec Keplinger, 71 over. Raymond Tees, 70 over. Nate Purchase, 68 over. Andrew Anderson, 60 over. Arnar Jonsson, 56. Francois Lavoie, 54. Ethan Fury, 46. Nora Johansson, 43, despite that game of 160. Nora's looking pretty strong. She was quite unlucky on that 10 frame. She left a stone solid 8. Otherwise, that would have been a 180 game, and she would be about 6 spots further up. Number 14, Sean Rush, 842. 15 and 16, they both have the same score, 841, and this is the Finnish guy Juho Rissanen and Swedish bowler Carl Wolgren actually working here at Olympia Bowling Alley at the Pro Shop. Right out of the cut, we have Petter Hellstrom with 836, Jesper Agerbo 831, Karon Salloma with 824, and the last one above par is Noel Haglund Torgersen with 801, and then we can see a little bit of the separation in there actually from the place 19 to the place 21. That's already 50 pins drop, and right behind that is a lot of ups and downs. We see games of 230, 170, 160, 120, 200, 150, 170, 210, 215, 170, 200, 130, 216, 150. So it's a real roller coaster on the low part of the ranking, and we're gonna have to see what goes on. We are on game 5. There's no more turbos on game 5 and 6. We are already in the final. It's time for the action. It's time for the clutch bowlers, and we have to see who manages to overcome the pressure, who manages to overcome that crazy traffic. So far, Joachim looks unbelievably solid.
Unbelievable.
He looks so good. He looks so comfortable, and we have to see if someone can chase him.
It's hard to beat that reaction that he has right now. As we were talking earlier, lofting it might not be the play, but he's getting it up there and he's making it look easy.
He's got so much speed. He's got so much power, but also he comes from the older school. So he bowled many, many times on the past. This kind of patterns is not something new for him. He's not the new bowler. He's not on this urethane era of a lot of friction on the corners. So he definitely can bowl. He definitely can do that, and he's proving it.
It reminds me of a young Maximum Bob.
True.
Robert Smith. My favorite telecast ever was the Windy City Classic against Brad Angelo back in the day.
Oh,
When Randy Peterson says, "You can't wait to watch what's going to happen next," and then you see Robert Smith just lofting it over the arrows. And I think Hakeem is doing exactly what he needs to do to kind of replicate that.
he's definitely matching with the lanes at the moment. He's scoring like crazy, and he makes it look so easy. Oh, look at that for Jesper Agerbo. That's a ugly frame on lane 4. He got the 3 in the corner and then he didn't reach the headpin, so it's a 3 and 3. Not the funniest frame for him. Jesper is pretty close to the cut. He's only 10 pins behind the cut, but now it's a couple of open frames for him, so he's quite struggling. Let's see. Okay, who's doing okay? Dominic Barrett on lane 2. He's got a triple. Ryan Burns on lane 4. He's got a triple. Raymond Tees and Eric Jones. So look at Eric. He's making a comeback. He's gonna do. He's gonna have to shoot 300 and 250 to recover from that last one. But nice to see that he doesn't give up and he keeps going. So triple for Eric Jones, triple for Raymond Tees. We keep on searching around. 19 and 20. Oh, look at that. Karon Salama, 4-bagger, and Juho Rissanen, 3-baggers. So maybe the Finnish people know how to decipher that lane 19 and 20. Thomas Larsen, spare and a triple. The quiet guy is coming. Hello, hello. Look at Joachim now on lane 15. He's standing in. That's where I stand when I bowl on lane 14, actually.
Same.
And no, he's bowling on lane 15. That's.
That, I mean, you can't even get more pure than that right now.
No, I mean
It is quite incredible.
he's got those big shoulders. On the first day on the streaming, I said his arm is the size of my leg, but unbelievable, man. He's really rocking the world. That was impressive. That was unbelievable. Joachim is looking really strong. For me now, it's a lot of talented bowlers over there, but the one I really want to keep on going, it's Nora. She's the only girl left in the field. She's super talented. Nice double for Nora after a split. It's not that I have any friendship with her. I just met her quite a few times when I came here into Helsingborg. But as I said, she's pure talent. She's the only girl alive, and for the sake of bowling, I think we all have to root for her a little bit so she can go on into the next stage.
PWBA superstar is what I called her, I believe, when I crossed pairs with her, and you can obviously see why.
She's got so much power. She's got so much reps. You can see how deep in the lane she managed to go into, and no problem. Many of those young two-handed bowlers, you get them out of the urethane balls of the hands, and they vanish, they disappear. She has not been using any urethane. This is not the pattern for that, and there she is.
I feel like you don't see too much urethane on the PWBA tour as much as we see it on the PBA tour.
On the PBA tour, yeah. To me, it makes sense. Urethane reads a lot sooner than the reactive balls does, and women bowl a little bit softer than we do, have a little bit less speed, and they already have better control and more consistent. So the benefits of a urethane I can see on a strong two-handed young male. I don't see any benefit on most of the girls. There is Joachim.
It's quite impressive. I don't know how you can be that consistent what he's doing right now, and he's making it look effortless.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Thomas Larsen also looking very solid now on 17 and 18. And what about Ryan Barnes sitting on spot number 2, 122 over. He's bowling on 3 and 4. He's got the front 5. Another guy who's looking really solid is Raymond Tees. Front 5 for him as well on 5 and 6. Looks like they are finding the solution.
Karan Salama just threw the 6th one there.
Dominic Barrett also doing good on lane 1 and 2. From 5, Dominic needs a lot of striking. He's quite behind. But there is still time. It's a 1.5 game to go. That's a lot of pins that you can put in there. So it's not over until it's over. Let's have a look at Sean Rice. He just moved back from the foul line on this previous shot. It looks like on his approach he was hitting the ball return. So that was a little bit uncomfy. Grabbed the ball, didn't release, go back. And now he produced a beautiful strike. So after a split, he's got the 4 in a row. Good job for Sean.
We're seeing a little bit of the early 2000s Sean Rash with that approach.
I agree with that. Let's see Joachim again. Looks like he's gonna bowl on 14, but no, he's bowling on 15. Look at that. That is
Absolutely insane.
That's ridiculous.
Thank you.
Looks like somebody hasn't forgotten the walk on life. All right, Jones, another one. How cool would that be if he makes 300 right after?
Don't call it a comeback.
Right? Okay, quite a different approach for Kyle over there on lane 11. He was bowling from the outside. He seems to be quite desperate. He doesn't feel like he can go any other way on it. And another one who's doing pretty good with a quiet way is Frankie Lebois. He doesn't make much noise, but they have spare, and a triple. He's the silent assassin, isn't he?
I swear, the guy does not get mad. Like, he is the most calm individual. When I bowled in college, I've crossed with him a few times, and you wouldn't even think he was bowling well. Then
You saw the score,
and then you
like,
just saw
"Look
the
at
score.
that."
You're like, okay, now it makes sense. I mean, with 2 U.S. Opens under his belt, I believe he was the top guy with making single pin spares. I think he made 99% of his spares on the PBA Tour last year. The
That's
single
impressive.
pins.
Yeah, that's impressive, and that's what the young ones should learn to do. Yeah, I see so many 9 Ms. It drove me crazy yesterday. At the point I was talking, I was talking to the chat like, "What the hell is wrong with these people missing the single pins? Why the hell they go back up? Just go straight. Couldn't be any easier than that."
Correct. Yeah, it's all about the spares, and
Especially when it's tough. I mean, you get yourself in one of those tricky lanes and you only have a couple of strikes. You don't know how to spare. You're gonna go down to 140.
correct.
So we have quite a few striking a lot. Those who don't strike are really struggling a lot. We see Sean Rice with 5 in a row, Joachim Carlson 4 in a row, Ryan Barnes 5 in a row, Nora back on track 4 in a row, Raymond Tees 5 in a row, Don Barrett 5 in a row, Thomas Larsen 4 in a row, Caron on lane 19 and 20, which is even more impressive. 6 front 6, then in a spare. Again, you find it, you go crazy. These guys are so good. You don't find it, and you go crazy, but on the other way.
Right. No, we're starting to see the cream rise. The people that have it are going to have it probably for the next game and a half.
Marcus Johnson with 104 over is now bowling on lanes 5 and 6. He's having a steady game. Strike, spare, strike, spare, spare, strike. Another impressive strike for Nora Johansson on 3 and 4. And she seems to be quite calm, quite focused, not overexciting, not overreacting. That's very good news for her. Also, so it's not only talented, but it looks like she can manage to control her mental game as well. And that's good news for her career. She can do that as well.
Yeah, if you can keep the mental game as the top priority, I think you can make it. And she's done quite well for how young she truly is. So
let me answer on the chat. We have Darren Mead. Can you put her on screen, Nora? Actually, she's on screen all the time. We are broadcasting every single lane. You just have to look on the Lucky Larson's Masters YouTube channel. You will find different streaming where one camera is on lane 1 to 4, the next camera is 5 to 8, then you have a camera 9 to 12, then you have a camera 13 to 16, and finally you have a camera on 17 to 20. So everyone is on the broadcasting, everyone is on YouTube, everything is live. And what channel? Actually, as I said, Nora is bowling on lane 3 and 4, so you have to go on the cameras from lane 1 to 4.
Sean Rash potential. Oh my gosh, that's pretty good six bagger there for Sean. He's making it look easy. Not as easy as Joachim, but pretty easy as well.
No problem, Darren. Glad that we could help you. Yeah, Sean is doing pretty good again, and a little bit old school as well, so he knows how to do this. Joachim is bowling
I
something
can't.
different, right?
It's I, there's no words to. I mean that is crazy to watch that right now.
We have a question. Who's in the booth? Again, it's Luis Montfort, and we have
Jerry
Jopo. Yeah.
Panksa from Jopo Grips.
So you guys know who's talking, and if you have any questions about Jopo grips, now it's the time. Definitely a lot of striking also for lane 19 and 20. The Finnish guy is rocking it.
How'd that happen? What has happened this past game? Were people watching over there, or
I have no idea what are they doing different. Next round is match play. Yes, top 16. The leader or number 1 seeded is gonna bowl against number 16. Second is gonna bowl against 15. Third 14, and so on and so on.
Kamala said they're terrible lane conditions. Might as well bowl in the parking lot. I think I'd rather bowl in the parking lot than bowl in this.
Embarrassing, but why embarrassing? It's not embarrassing, it's actually demanding.
Very demanding.
You just have to be better. You just have to you need a better understanding on the game, and that's what we need, those kind of things from time to time. We cannot always bowl on those lanes where it almost looks like mini golf. Wherever you put the ball's gonna end up in the pocket. And when everybody can shoot 250, you cannot really see the difference between a really good bowler or just an okay bowler. Everybody's gonna bowl 250. When you put them in this kind of situation, then it's gonna be a big difference between somebody who can bowl okay and somebody who can really master from speed control to different type of ball release, go forward, go sideways, give it more reps, give it less reps. So it's a lot of things you want to control in terms of technique, but also you need to understand lane reading. You need to know what ball is going to give you the right carry. And so bowling is a lot more than throwing strikes. And so
100%.
on this one, I'm sorry, Kamala, I'm going to disagree. I think we should have a lot more patterns like the one we have now.
I 100% agree with that. And that's because it's not how you can do it, it's how many ways you can do it.
Thomas Carberg is asking, what's the name of the Jopo Grips representative in the booth? You just tell it, but let them know again.
My name is Jerry Panksa II. My father, Jerry, is the owner of Jopo Grips.
I think I met him in not the last Bowl Expo, but the Bowl Expo in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun to see.
He's a little bit more recognizable now with that beard that he has going on.
Martin Klitte as a shop operator, drilling, IT, and SG. What is the benefit to do Jopo also?
Well, there's a few benefits.
I would say you guys use the best of both worlds in a way.
A lot of people say the same. With 3 tabs on the bottom, the extra security with the 360-degree twist system at the bottom, We believe that it is quite uh, it is quite good. Again, the other ones led the path. We're just here to hopefully make everyone's game that much better. That's what it's about. Um, at the end of the day, we want the bowling game to grow, and we respect it so much that when we made Joe Po grips, it's truly about the passion and to help individuals and grow the game that we do every day.
Kamala says it's garbage. Bowling on this isn't bowling. Typical European shot. I believe you haven't been in Europe for quite a while. Actually, in Europe, the last 3 or 4 years, it's only urethane, and so this is completely the opposite. Kamala, you should take a flight and come and bowl a little bit in Europe because you haven't been here for quite a while. John C., I think he meant the ex-vice president was embarrassing, not the bowling. Uh, I don't know, but it looks like Kamala doesn't really enjoy this kind of oil pattern we have now. But never mind, Kamala. Come for next year because every year is a little bit of a different pattern, and next year is not going to be like this. So you're probably going to enjoy it.
Last year, I believe, was quite easy in comparison to this
Last year
year.
was a lot of friction outside. Last year was urethane and lefties and everybody bowling in the gutter. Unfortunately, I couldn't bowl because that is my favorite type of shot and what I am actually quite good. This one, I'm glad I'm not bowling because I'm not that good at. Nice pair over there from lane 6 for Raymond Tees. He just got the 4-7-10. That was pretty good. They're asking Tun Hakim lane. Hakim Tun at the moment is on lane 9 and 10.
So last year, this book from this year made the cut.
So only 3 scores from this event would have made it into the cut on the pattern we bowled last year. So as you can see, every year is something different, but definitely this is not the European typical shot. Far from there. Far from there.
I would have loved the bowl last year because just like yourself, I love bowling on the twig between 1 and 5.
I love the gutter. When I was a kid, I had a lot of fun throwing balls and see how much part of the ball I could hang on the gutter without making it fall. So that was fun for me. So I got to become good on doing that.
But as it is, right, between 1 and 5, just as we see on the PBA tour, when they put out the cheetah pattern or anything short, the higher the scores. The 250 average is what makes the cut.
Look at Joachim now. Now he's even more into the 14. Uh,
Is that going to come back? Oof. Not
uh,
quite.
no, I think he was a bit mistaken because he had a couple of shots on the right lane that overhook a little bit and maybe moved too much also on the left lane. But it's still gonna be a high game for him. He's got already 200. If his pair is gonna go all the way for 213, and Joachim is already sitting with 129 over, so that's a very high score, and it should do okay. On the we have the Spectre live on lanes 15 and 16. So Joachim still managed to do 551 RPM, even
551.
and 31 kilometers per hour, even after making the ball fly for
Quite interesting. We're hitting 550, but we're complaining about balls already. So why don't you tone it down a little bit?
okay.
Bumpus
Look at the
Anderson with a nice 242 game there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and what about the Finnish guy on 19 and 20? I mean, 244 on 19 and 20. It's lovely. It went up to 1068. The same for his partner in crime, Juho Rissanen, also from Finland, 233, 74 over. And no one would have expected they would jump up on that pair, but they did. Obviously, Finland is also filled with talented bowlers. There's so many good bowlers over there.
It's been fun to see all the talent over here. Only if all these individuals that are this talented to come over to the states, uh, you would you would question if they'd be there'd be that many players in the PBA that would be able to compete with them.
Mm. That was a very unlucky end of game again for Nora Johansson. Another huge split on the 10th. She was managing to survive. Now she dropped down to 211 on this one, 54 over. She should be still inside the par. Sorry, inside the cut, but I was quite unlucky for her. She was doing pretty good. And instead of that, if she had stroke, she could have gone all the way up to 245. And that would have put in her nearly on 90 over, which would have been quite a comfortable score with just one game to go. And now, unfortunately, she's going to be 54 over, and she's going to have to work a little bit on that last game to make sure that she can keep inside the top 16. A lot of striking in some bowlers, a lot of open frames for some others. Looks like the separation is going to get a little bit bigger. We have lane 13 and 14 a little bit delayed compared to the others. They are one frame behind, so we're going to have to wait a couple of minutes until we can refresh the scores and give you a better knowledge on how the ranking is looking and which bowlers are in, which bowlers are out, which bowlers still have a good chance, and which bowlers need to watch out. So let's wait a couple of minutes and we see what goes on.
Mr. Sean Rash finishing with the looks like to be the high game of this set with 257 to get him to plus 99, which should put him in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken.
More or less, yeah, that should be the. If he's with 99 over, I mean, that's a very good score. He can sit comfortable, stay out of trouble on the last game. And unless I'm wrong, Ryan Barnes is going to go back into the leading position after his game of 235. He's now 157 over for 5.
You can never assume anything, but I think he's going to be just as good, if not better, than his dad one day.
He could be. He definitely has the talent. He definitely has a bright future ahead, and he hasn't been bowling for that many years. So that proves you how damn talented he is.
Another Wichita State protege. They just breed him over there, I swear.
It's like Howard's.
Yes, it is.
The Harry Potter school.
I swear. All it is cornfield, but somehow bowlers just come out of the corn like it's nothing.
Now, on the qualifying round, it felt like Ethan Fury was going to bowl a tournament of his own. But somehow he's not going that crazy high, but he's bowling pretty steady. We have Ethan on lane 13 and 14. The worst he has is 9 spare. So 9 spare, triple, 9 spare, strike, 9 spare, strike, 9 spare. And he's been striking every time on that frame, on that lane. So we suppose he's going to strike again. Quite steady, taking it easy. Even without a double, he would be 65 over. That was an expensive game also for Justin Knowles on that 13 and 14. Open frame on the 9th, open frame on the 10th, no doubles, 172. It drops down to 1,047. And the cut,
That's going to be close.
it was 41 over after 4. So I believe after 5, it may be somewhere near. We will have to see. Not the highest game either for Alec Keplinger. Managed to double on the 10th for 189 if he makes one more. Yeah, 189 and 60 over. So now it's only Ethan to end up his game, and then we will refresh the score and give you a real update on how the rankings are looking with just one game to go. Nice double for Ethan.
So now everyone's back, I believe, to their original pair that they started on, correct?
That's right. So whatever they did on the warm-up, it's time for payback,
Or it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. Let's just say that.
if you made a mess of it, now it's gonna be a little bit expensive. So let's see how it pays out on that last game for everybody on this step 2 in the final. We remind you, top 16 is going to advance into the next round, and then they're gonna face one another from a qualifying perspective. It's gonna be the leader is gonna face number 16, number 2 is gonna face number 15, number 3 is gonna face number 14, and so on. Ethan Fiore managed to double again, so 227 for a score of 73 over par. In just a minute or two, I'm gonna give you an update on the rankings, and we will find out how high is the cut and who has chances and who has no chance anymore.
Joachim with that messenger, just a helicopter across the deck. He's still making 550 RPM look pretty easy.
Joachim is now bowling on lane 19 and 20. So if you guys want to see Joachim bowl and find out about what he does with the ball, we have Spectre Live also going on lane 19 and 20. So you can see his line, what target he's having on the arrows and what breakpoint. You can see the speed of his ball, you can see the rep rate, etc, etc. All right, here we go. It finally went a little bit lower on the cut. Look at that. The last 3 guys inside the cut on this last game: Justin Knowles, 14, Andrew Anderson, 15, Arnar Johnson, 16, and they shot 172 for Justin, 173 for Andrew, 170 for Arnar Johnson. Look at Pontus Anderson. He was out of this game. He was in the middle of nowhere. Now he's only 10 pins short to the cut. Last 2 games for Pontus Anderson, 242 and 242. As I said at the beginning, Pontus is very, very good when it's time to go deep inside the lane. So definitely he's alive. He's alive.
You said it earlier, to never give up.
Never
This is-
give up. Never give up. Even Dominic Barrett with 993. Now it's 33 pins short to the cut, but last 2 games for Dominic, 216, 224. I mean, 224 compared to any of those 3 guys who are still inside, it's 50 pins more. So that, if that thing happens again on game 6, Dominic is in, Pontus goes in, and any of those 3 go down.
It's always a race to the finish. It
And
always is.
Nora with 1054, she's 28 pins above the cut at the moment. If she had that strike with that solid date, she would be 40 pins ahead, but she's still doing okay. Nora is bowling at the same lane as Ryan Barnes. She started with a 9 miss, not what you want to start with. Yeah, hopefully she looks at the screens and see that she's still quite okay on the cut. She doesn't put herself too much into pressure. Now, let's have a look at the complete standings. Number 1, Ryan Barnes, 157 over. Number 2, Joachim Karlsson, 130 over. Number 3, Marcus Jansson, 102 over. Number 4, Sean Rush, 99 over. Raymond Tees, 82 over. Thomas Larsen, 81 over. Ruho Rissanen, 74 over. Ethan Fury, 73. Karon Salona, 68. These are the 2 Finnish guys that made it all the way in on lane 19 and 20. Remarkable. Nate Purchase, 62 over. Alec Keplinger, 60 over. Nora Johansson, 54 over. Frankie Leroy, 51 over. Justin Knowles, 47 over with the last game of 172. Andrew Anderson, 33 over, 173 on the last game. Arnar Jonsson, 26 over, 170 on the last game. And right behind that, as we said, Pontus Anderson, 10 pins short with the last game of 242. Carl Wargren, the last 2 games, 170, 173. Carl is a little bit in a bit of issues. Let's see if he manages a way to find out what to do. I just saw Arner moving around the lanes with a good strike. Now it's when he really loves these moments of pressure. So let's see what goes on. Robin Ilamar, not that far away, 50 pins back, but he had the 137 on game 3. That's what's causing him a lot of issue. And we are on the last game of this step 2. We will have to keep an eye on so many people to see what goes on, see who goes in, see who goes out. So stay tuned. Okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye on those guys around the cut area. Arnar Jonsson bowling on lanes 13 and 14. Andrew Anderson bowling on, give me a second, I'll let you know. Andrew, where are you? Andrew Anderson, 11 and 12, started with a double. That's good news for Andrew. Justin Knowles. Justin, where are you?
I can't find. Oh, lane 9 and 10.
9 and 10 for Justin.
Strike 9 spare.
Strike and a 9 spare. So not good, not bad. Saving the spares, making marks. We have to keep an eye also on Frankie. Frankie Lavoie is 25 above the cut, but you need to keep an eye on him, especially depending on what the guys coming from the back are doing. Especially Pontus Anderson after 480 in the last 2.
Nora just stepped up there and threw her first strike of the game. I think if she gets the 210 or above, I think she's all right.
Yeah, with 210 she should be in, because actually she's 38 pins above 17th and 40.
We know how hard it is to get anything above 220 right now.
Oh yes, oh yes. And especially when you put the pressure on also. It's the last game and either you do it or you're out. Even if those bowlers are used to these kind of things, they're used to this kind of pressure. But it's not easy. You're bowling for a title, you're bowling for a potential PBA title, you're bowling for some more money. And it's not easy on the lanes either. Look at that, Napier Chase was doing really good. The ball on the corner. 90-62 over. And he started with the double, but now a 3. And that is a very low count for a double. And also on the top of it, it's not the easiest spare.
My dad would say just press the reset button.
Sean Reich got the double, he's doing good. Oh, 8-10 for Arnar Jonsson. And Arnar is the currently last guy inside the cut. Nora is gonna have... Oh, now she got the 8 pin back, because it was a baby split. The 10 went down quickly and then another pin came rolling on the lane and got down the 3. It's also for a double that covers her open frame on frame 1, but I have to say she's not looking any comfortable on lane 8. It looks like it's reading super early for her. She needs to go back to a weaker wrist position as soon as possible. I just saw AJ Johnson on lane 5. He made a shot, it looked like he was sparing, and the ball really hooked back into the bucket. Arnar, a little bit angry, also trying to use his power to make the pin bounce back. But in this situation, after a strike, if you don't take one, that's 2 pins gone, and you don't want to give away any single pin at the moment. We have to find Pontus Anderson. Pontus Anderson also bowling with Arnar Jonsson and 13 and 14 spare, strike spare, so they are catching one and the other. Pontus knows what he has to do because he has Arnar on his same lane. There goes Pontus. Light strike for Pontus. moving his fist and celebrating what could be the start of a wonderful journey into the next step. Let's see what Pontus manages to do. I just saw Andrew Hall leaving another 5-10. So many people trying to push the ball so extremely that it doesn't work down there. 5-10 definitely means the ball has no energy left, despite on how many miles an hour you make it go down there.
Pontus have never missed a final in this tournament.
Okay, we just been told
Arnar strikes back there after that split. I think they're looking at each other's scores. They probably are.
most probably, and the guys around it is Andrew Anderson. Andrew is started with the triple, so Andrew is gonna push higher. Justin, what was Justin? I forgot already. I think it was 9 and 10, was it, right?
Not the greatest start from Justin, even though he did come back with a strike there.
Strike, spare, open frame, and strike. Ryan Burns keeping on striking pace. Full bagger. Now a very, very important frame for Nora in lane 7. Let's see if she can use that lucky strike she got on the previous shot. That would give her quite some confidence for the rest of the game. So it could be one of the key frames for Nora. That was less wrist. It was less wrist, but missed left. So 6-10, that should be an easy spare. Andrew got the 4, so Andrew front 4 for Andrew Anderson, making his way up into the next round.
He just needs to coast now. No maximum penalty shots, no splits, makes the spares, and I think he'll be on to the next round.
7 pin for Pontus Anderson. It was a nice shot in the pocket. He didn't carry, and as you said, it looks like Pontus and Ara, they fighting one with the other. Important spare there for Nora. The lanes are hooking a lot, so now a 6 and 10 is usually very easy, but when they hooked so much, you can chop the easy quite easily. Chop the 6. So good spare for her. Frankie Lavoie, yeah, he made a double. He's got strike, open frame spare, and a double. Frankie is not that far away, but 25 above Arner, 35 above Pontus. Arner and Pontus are pretty much on a similar score at the moment, because Arner has an open frame, Pontus does not. Pontus has 14 pins more on this game. They had only a 10 pins distance between them, but Pontus did not strike, and Arner is walking on lane 14 to try to get a double.
Ooh, Carl Walgreen with the double too. He's fighting for that last spot also. So it's between them 3. Between Carl, Pontus, and Arnar.
Arnar get the double. Oh yeah, Ryan just missed the 10 pin. Not taking a shot, you mean, right? We saw we're a little bit quiet. There's so many things happening. We're trying to find everyone on the screen. Ethan Fury moved quite deeper on the lane. 4 bagger to begin it. And Ethan is 73, so it's 50 pins, nearly 50 pins in the cut. So we can consider that he's gonna do okay.
Down Barrett trying to stay in there as well.
Now Nora taking a shot on lane 8. That's the one that's been hooking so early for her. Let's see what she can do over there.
She got it there, I think.
Now, that lane is hooking very early for it. That lane is pretty burned. It's not gonna be easy. And on the top of it, that's the lane where she's gonna make the 10th frame. And those small details can make a huge difference on this stage of the event. Arner, hands on the head. He didn't like it, but he got the 2-pin.
That's a good 9.
Yeah,
That is
that's a very
great
good 9. Now, where is Alec? Alec was only 6 pins ahead of Nora, so he's not that far from the cut either. We have to find and see what he's doing. Alec is on lane 10. No open frames for him. Justin knows he's bowling with him, so Justin and Alec more or less following each other as well. Justin just made a double, so he's slightly below par, but with the chance to put one more in there. Ryan is practicing the 10-pin, I see. He's 2 in a row that he missed over there. He's not going to be happy when I tell him I teased him a little bit later on.
You might be a little bit too comfortable right now.
Peter Hellstrom making a comeback also. Peter is only 22 pins short to Arner, and Peter's got spare and a 5 in a row over there. It's getting exciting. A lot of things can happen. Some people can go in, some people can go out. Oh, I'm starting to feel the pressure myself, and I'm not making any shots.
Frankie Lavoie just missed that half bucket there.
Yeah, not good for Frankie, and Frankie is only 6 pins ahead of Nora. No, she tripped the 4-pin, very good on lane 7, but it looks a very big different ball reaction from lane 7 to lane 8 on Nora Johansson. Oh,
5-pin on 80.
I'm getting really stressed. Step 1 was the same. It was a lot of pressure over here. I could even, the last few frames, I couldn't be sitting down. I had to stand up. It looks like I'm looking football instead.
You can cut the tension like a knife, or with a knife.
Yeah. They said, look at that double for Pontus Andersson. Also trying to make the way in. Pontus is above par at the moment. It's a lot of people that can go in, a lot of people that can go out.
Down Barrett with a triple there to stay in.
Another one, no, to jump in.
The jump in.
The jump in is 33 behind at the moment. But Arner is 5 under par, so that means he's only 1 mark behind. Actually, Peter Hellstrom is making his way in at the moment. Let's see what Arner can make on lane 14.
Ooh!
What a messenger over there. Keplinger. Yeah, he missed. 15 below par for Alec. And Alec is 34 above the cut. Justin Knowles made the triple. He's back on above the par.
It is coming down to the wire.
Things are getting really compressed now. It's gonna go all the way to the last frame.
Absolutely.
The same we had on the previous step. Everything is gonna get decided at the very end.
That's what it's all about.
Andrew Anderson looking very good. 4 front, 4 bagger, spare, strike again. Andrew was also down there in the cut, only 7 pins ahead of Arner.
Raymond Tees in trouble. On 9 and 10.
9 and 10, we have Raymond Tees with an open frame and a 5. Raymond was quite a little bit ahead, 56 ahead of Arner and the guys. So let's see, Peter Hellstrom. Pontus Andersson just made the triple. Ay. Will we have a roll-off?
We can only hope. We can only hope to make it that much more interesting.
I hope not, because my heart is not going to resist it. I'm getting older. I had so much caffeine to stay awake. Nora Johansson, Banauta, lane 8, strike for Nora Johansson. She gets the double. I'm getting excited already, and it's still 3 frames to go for her. Good job, Nora. Keep going. Come on. We want the girl to keep going. Otherwise, we're gonna have to get my under-21 World Cup week to some of the bowlers. So it looks like someone is in there. That was quite a shot for Nora on that lane that was hooking right in the middle of the 5 line. Amazing, amazing. It's getting so exciting. Arnar Johnson also made the double. Now all the people is doing, now they are going for it. It's getting exciting. It looks like I'm talking about the race of horses, but there's no horses in here. It's only bowling balls and balls and balls, and here we go. Petter Hellstrom, 9 spare. Petter is on the pace of 237, 2 frames to go for him. So maximum score that Petter Hellstrom could have is, let me see, 1261 would be the maximum that Petter could have. Now let me see Pontus. 60, 90, 20, 50, that's 80. So 1246 for Pontus Andersson. Arnar actually 5 pins short to Pontus Andersson. Nora is in the fight. Carl Walgren, I lost him. It's too many people, I cannot see that. Pontus Andersson, too far. Didn't hit the head pin, but he's still there. Frankie Lavoie, we can't forget about Frankie. How is Frankie doing? He had an open frame. No, 2 open frames, but 1 double. He just makes another double. If they're not micro machines, they're not micro machines. You know what happens. Yeah, cool down, cool down. But come on, even I'm starting to, I can take off my hat. I'm not freezing anymore. I'm starting to be cold. I have to pull my sleeves a little bit higher. Ay, 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 ay. Who said bowling wasn't fun?
The most fun.
Okay, let's go back. People who was close to the cut: Justin Knowles, Andrew Anderson, Arnar Johnson, Pontus Andersson, right down, Carl Walgren, right down, Petter Hellstrom, right down. Only 22 pins down for Petter Hellstrom, but he's on his way for a 230 something. Back to lane 7 and 8. Nora, she was looking pretty steady on lane 7. She needs that strike on the 9th frame. Let's see what she can do. Call me in, Nora.
It looks good.
That looked good.
Ooh.
Oh, it didn't make it back. Oh, yo, wash out on the 9th frame. That's not gonna be nice to spare. And she puts it, it puts her on trouble, definitely. Petter just got another strike. The 2-pin went coming front. Oh, that's a very scary frame for Nora over there. It looked pretty good. Not
good.
much risk. The ball was sliding properly. Just didn't hit the head pin. Okay, now we have to look at even more scores. Where was Dominic Barrett? He was a little bit shorter to the cut, but he was having some strikes. Dominic Barrett, 5 in a row. Another guy who wants to keep on going and wanting to survive. Make sure we got these heart attack things out there in case you need to give me some electricity in a little while.
Arnar Johnson.
Arnar, not a good shot. Leaves a 3-pin. Arnar is dropping down. Pontus Andersson. Let's say Arnar and Pontus, they make a mark. What did Nora do? 6 and 2, not good. 12-21. That means if Nora makes a triple, it goes all the way up to 51 over. Arnar 64-94. And Arnar could do a max score of 214. That would put him on 40 over. So that means Nora just needs to do strike spare to be above Arnar. But Pontus Andersson would be a couple of pins ahead of Nora. We have Petter Hellstrom, who is already 10 pins above. Petter could go all the way up to 1261 if he makes a triple on the 10th. It's key frame for Petter Hellstrom also on lane 16. I believe he's gonna know over 15. No, he should be 16. I'll let you know in a second. Who else was there? Karon Salama from Finland is looking good, 12-21 and a spare, so he's ahead of Nora as well. He was already ahead, but okay, let's see who else over there. Carl Walgren, where's Carl? Carl Walgren, he needs to strike out for 210, so he would go on a max of 24 over. It doesn't look good for Carl. Who else was there? Alec was pretty close to. Alec was only 6 pins ahead of Nora, and Alec is below par, 15 under par. Alec is actually 2 pins below Nora, but it's a few frames more to go for him. And Justin Knowles was pretty close as well.
Noel Torgensen. He just shot 232.
Okay, Noel. And he went all the way
The plus
to
21.
plus 21. That's not going to be enough.
Not going to be enough.
Nora already 21 over. Key frame for Nora and Van Alta, lane 8.
It's got a hook.
Come back. Oh, solid 9. My goodness. Good shot for Nora though. Whew, it might be enough. It might be enough, but it might not be enough. Strike for Peter Hellstrom. He made the double. Peter is going on the way for 60 over with one more strike. Pontus Andersson, he did not strike, so Pontus Andersson can go as much as 32 over. That's not gonna catch. It's not gonna catch Nora. Arner could go for 1240, so Nora needs a spare on a strike to make sure that Arner doesn't do more than her. Pontus, last shot.
Barrett 31.
Nora made the spare.
1231 for Pontus Andersson.
Barrett the same. With a strike.
Dominic Barrett needs a strike as well to go for 1231, which would be exactly the same score that Pontus Andersson has. That's the score that Nora already has, plus whatever she shoots on that last frame.
Big strike. He did it.
Okay, so now we have Dominic Barrett and Pontus Andersson, both 1231. Petter Hellstrom made his way in with a 257 game. Arner. Strike for Arner. He can go all the way to 1240. Key shot for Nora. She needs a strike. Oh my God, that was an unbelievable strike. That was one of those that you really have fun having. 1241. That's going to prevent Arner for catching her. So she's dropping behind. Pontus Andersson, Arnar Jonsson, Dominic Barrett, and Noel Torgersen. She may still be alive.
I believe she'll make it.
There is hope for her. 1241. Actually, she made more than not Caron Salone. He still had to do the 12 frame. And Frankie made a double. He's gonna go for 1250. So he's gonna make it in.
He's gonna stay
Nice and steady. Arnar, 11th frame. He needs that strike.
We're gonna have a roll off.
He needs that strike. Arnar needs to shoot one more. There he goes.
That's close.
Down on his knees and tripping the 4-pin. Look at that. On the way for 1240, and as shoot as he makes one more strike, he needs to run down back and light the candle to pray and hope that is enough. Caron, the Finnish guy, he has not yet made the 12th frame. Now is one of those moments when you don't want the ball in the corner.
No.
Because that would be very expensive now. He's sitting with 1237, one shot to go. Let's see what Caron does on that lad. There you go. Hitting the headpin. Good for him. Strike. 1257. That's good for him. Now we have to look back and see what Alec is doing and Justin Knowles. Alec is not doing good. He needs to spare.
He does.
Nice way of sparing, but now he needs to strike out to make 202. He still can go all the way to 1260. If he does 202, he was sitting with 60 plus. And Justin Knowles was sitting with 47 over. And currently is on a pace of 205. So it should be enough for Justin. And let's see what Alec managed to do on this last couple of frames. It's definitely pretty tight. It's quite exciting. So what do you think the cat's going to be, man?
It's going to be the 1231.
1231, you
I
think?
believe it is.
Is it a roll-off? 9th and 10. Nah, you guys going to kill me. And it's so many games, so many hours to go. It's not going to be enough Red Bull in this bowling alley to keep me alive.
Are you sleeping?
No, on the contrary. Okay, Ethan Fiore, fly me to the moon. That was quite deep in there, taking the Brooklyn. 250 something and 1330 for him. Good job. We forgot to mention Ryan Barnes 194 for not 194 for 1351. I believe he's the leader of the squad. Ethan can go all the way to 1330. We had Sean Reich with 1319. We had Joakim Karlsson with 1321. Strike for Justin Knowles. It's a double. That puts him pretty much in the cut right away. Andrew Anderson also great game. Look at that. On the scoring for 268. Andrew was only 7 pins above the cut. And now he's making really, really good. So he's going to survive it like a pro.
As he is.
Now we have to see Alec. Let's see what Alec manages to do. Raymond T is not a high game, but he had already the score in the pocket. Nothing to worry about him. Now, important frame. It's the 9th frame. He wants to get the strike, so he gives himself a chance to go higher on the 10th. Here we go. Lane 10.
Looks close. And he does it.
Late 7,
Late
but
7.
yes, it's a good strike. Gives him a chance to go for all the way of 202, which would give him a score of 1262. If he doesn't really double and he goes for a 9 spare strike, it would still be 1242, 1 pin ahead of Nora Johansson, but that we believe will be inside. Let me start counting. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it looks like maybe Arner with 1240 could be the last one to make it. So it's going to be really an important frame for Alec. Okay.
Ooh, way to be safe.
4-7. Yeah. Shouldn't be any problem for him. It's already on the 40s. Yeah, Justin had already 47 over par with 5 games. He's already having 201 even if he doesn't touch any pin over there. So Justin is already 48 over. It's gonna be more than enough.
I'm calling it 1231. That's it.
Looks
Either they're
that
both
way.
in or it's going to be the 9th and 10th roll off.
Well, we can start counting. 1290, that's high. 1269, that's higher. 1291, that's higher. 1351, 1270, 1250, 1260, 1300 for Andrew. 1320, 1320, 1250, 1320, 1250, 1260. I think actually Alec is fighting with Nora. Unless I'm mistaken on my counts, I think it's going to be on 1241 or 1242. We will have to see. Important frame now for Alec. If he strikes, he's obviously going to make it into the next stage. Even a 9 spare strike could be enough. Oi. Ooh. Deep in the headpin. It was good that he had that previous light strike, otherwise with the spare that would have missed a couple of pins on the count. He definitely needs that spare. And I believe if he strikes, he's in. If he makes a bad frame, then he would drop to Nora. He could even drop to Arnar with 1240. Pretty tight. 1240 for Arnar, 1241 for Nora. With a strike, it would be 1242 for Alec. Okay, it could be a roll-off of the 1241 as well, since he went to just hit the head pin. 1241 for him, 1241 for Nura. We are going to get the scores updated as soon as we can, and we will let you know who is the last one into the final. Just give us a few seconds.
He strikes, he's up. He would have been 16th if he struck. There's a tie. Nora and Alex had it.
Wow, it's been pretty tough conditions out there.
Right?
Hats off to the bowlers for battling on
Nope.
really tough conditions.
And Arnar had 1240, so
But the unofficial
just
score
gonna have
is
to wait and see
that Noora and
as
Alex
soon
will
as the
both
scores
make it on
have
41
updated.
over.
Somebody had to tell him he needed 9 to make
As
it.
soon as we're done redressing the lanes, we will start final step 3, and it will be in about 40 minutes.
Some bad information. Somebody's
Please
telling you you
let
need 9 to make
the
it.
top 16 in the line to get food. Let them go, let them pass. So
Is
they
it
will refuel and get some food.
Alec
We will
Keplinger.
announce
Alec,
the matches
1241. Nora, 1241. Those are the last two who made it. So Arnar with 1240 is out by one
That makes
pin.
sense because he must have had the information.
this next
Probably, but it was quite risky also.
He threw it right down the center.
I've seen Raymond shooting 5 doing that. And leaving the big church. Wow, that was unbelievable. So exciting. What an amazing 2 steps so far. It was so fun. It has been fun talking with you, buddy.
Absolutely a pleasure.
We could just gonna take a short break. We really need to get out there and breathe. I need to breathe some, and we gotta eat something and get some energy. We will be right back with some more action. Top 16 goes to the next stage. I remind you, number 1, which is Ryan Burns, is going to face Alec. Ethan Fiore is going to face Nora. Joachim Carlson is going to face Francois Lavoie. Sean Rush is going to face Karun Saloma. Marcus Jansson is going to face Raymond Tees. Andrew Anderson is going to face Justin Knowles. And Juho Riisinen is going to face Petter Hellstrom. And finally, Thomas Larsen is going to face Nate Purchase. Thank you very much, everybody who is watching and following us. Please subscribe into our YouTube channel, like our videos, and we'll be right back.
Take your score down to let's see what maximum you can get. And last year was 300 games. It's not the 300 this year, so we'll see. We'll get back to you shortly on that. We're going to prepare some of the prizes, so hang in there. now we have the official score. And number 1 seed, Mr. Ryan Barnes. Let's give him some applause, ladies and gentlemen. Qualified second, Ethan Fiore. Third, Joakim Karlsson. Fourth, Sean Rash. 5, Marcus Jansson. 6, Andrew Anderson. 7, Juho Risonen. 8, Thomas Larsen. 9,